What is up, everybody? Spidey here, and as always, I hope you're having a marvelous day. I am here, as always, for 35 weeks with my friend, Manu, the 9.9 newsstand. How's it going, bud?
I'm really well, and I'm super grateful that we've made it 35 weeks. How are you tonight?
35 weeks, we're about to deliver.
My goodness, I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
People have literally gotten pregnant and had a baby since we
Right.
started the Marvel show.
Yeah, they've done all that with their life, and all we've done is just talk to people on
Yeah,
YouTube.
we talk to people. But it would not be the Marvel show without our friends in the chats. Let's get to it. We got stacking 9mm. I've never
What's up?
asked, is that for Marvel Metal or Marvel Masterpieces?
That's for ammunition and guns and stuff.
Okay, well, you know where my mind goes. Marvel cards. Eddie, how is it going? His night just got better. Mine just got better. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie
that's
to you. I had a
nice, Eddie.
long 2 days. Like when I say 2 days, I mean like not eat lunch, work straight through it, kind of 2 days. But
Wow.
here
Oh,
we are.
okay. Highly productive then. Lots happened. A lot of
Uh,
good things, I'd
uh,
imagine. Oh, oh
I
no.
don't know. It's
Oh.
more like more like correcting mistakes,
Oh, okay. Putting out fires. I
putting
gotcha.
out fires. Yep. Jumping in,
I
helping people
gotcha.
out. Walrus is
Yeah.
here. Walrus came through the other day. I can't remember what it was. I think it was some information we needed. Really do
Oh,
appreciate
really?
that.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for that. I wonder what it was.
And
Okay,
something
thank
in
you.
the
Yeah,
chats.
hello.
I just remember thinking Walrus was helpful. Bad Wizard, Chris here. Not the worst notification of the day.
I love
My
that.
credit score dropped 5 points. That was probably the worst notification I got today.
Oh, you could afford a couple points. What are you,
Just a
980
couple.
score? Is
Yeah,
that even
yeah.
possible? What are you?
It's funny you say that because everybody's like, yeah, my grandpa has an 850 or my dad has an 850. I literally pull 600 plus credit reports a year, and the highest I've ever seen is an 831.
I, I, I didn't even know they went. I thought 800. Where do credit scores go? I don't even know.
Well, so all three bureaus actually have three different maxes, and the highest max is 850 for one of the bureaus, not all three. So that's one of
Okay.
the reasons you don't see it. But I always love it when it's like, hey, my dad has an 850. I'm like, okay, sure he does. That literally
Yeah.
is beyond perfect. Doesn't
Yeah,
exist.
that's like back when I was in elementary school and it was my dad's car's got 10 million horsepower.
All
One of
right.
those things.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Look, speaking of dads, there's my dad.
Leon, hello, good evening.
One of the things that was really cool about my dad growing up is he would show off in front of my friends, but he would always pay it off. So if he
Oh,
said he could
cool.
do something, he would then do it. Like if
Yeah.
because I remember he was like, yeah, I can like burn rubber down this street, take a turn at the stop sign, and continue to burn rubber. And then he did it.
And
You
and
know?
so he was the first person in the United States to drift. He's the initial
uh,
drifter of the
so
U.S.
speaking of drifting, he tells the story. Whether it's true, Dad, let me know. That he, I think, cut the brake line on one side of his front right tire or front left tire, probably front left. Because back then, you could outrun police, you could outrun the police. Okay, this is like in the 70s. And so he would just have it where only one front wheel would lock up so that he could turn real quick and then get out of town.
What kind of getaway driver type stories are we telling? This is amazing. Oh my
Oh no,
gosh.
my dad was a street racer.
Oh, Leon, that's awesome. What
Yeah,
the heck?
professional bar fighter and street racer. True story.
All right. All right. That's
Yeah,
all
I
the
think his
credibility
last
one needs.
race, he blew up a 1976 Chevy Camaro engine on the interstate, and he gave it up.
Street credit score of 851.
Yeah, he's got street cred, that's for sure. It goes beyond that. I'm just telling the fun stuff.
Yeah.
What's up, Cardboardology? How is it going?
Yeah. And congrats. Look what he just picked up.
Yes, just bought a Grail of mine, a 2016 Marvel Masterpiece Venom buyback, 1992. So excited to
And
get in here.
Cardboardology, yeah, and Cardboardology knows we're always watching the same stuff. I saw that end up in my sold listings yesterday. So congrats on that.
Oh, you're both watching it. It's funny how small our community tends to be sometimes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, 9.9 newsstand in the chat. Goops.
Oh, hello.
Yep. Dan, how's it going? Happy Tuesday. It is
What's up,
Tuesday.
Dan?
Good evening, Sydney. Hey, we have not seen Sydney in the chat in the
That's
last couple of
true.
weeks.
That's
Sid,
true.
what's he been doing? Is it Magic the Gathering that had him distracted? I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like the last time we saw him, he was on the screen with us.
Yeah, that feels about
Yeah.
right.
Well, hope you're well,
Uh,
my friend.
what's up, Armando? Good evening, everyone. Let's have
Yo,
a marvelous show. I agree.
let's
So
do it.
I'm actually in the process of delivering cookie cakes that say have a marvelous Christmas, a marvelous Merry Christmas.
Cookie cakes, though. What's a cookie cake?
Whoa, are you serious?
Yeah, yeah,
Did
yeah.
you
I
just
mean, I know
ask
cookies,
me
I know
what a
cakes.
cookie cake is?
Yeah.
So imagine a chocolate chip cookie blown up
Okay.
to this size and about an
Yeah.
inch thick.
Okay,
Sticky
great.
cake.
So yeah, there's a pizza place that does like big. They call them pazookies. I think they're called, right?
Oh,
Someone's gonna
Pazuki.
correct me. It's like a big cookie, but it's the size of a pizza because it's a pizza
Well,
place.
yeah. I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing. Yeah.
It's not a deep dish though. You're describing like a cake. This one's
Well,
not a cake
the
like that.
ones that I
That's the
order
difference.
this time of year, they're deep dish. So
Soul called it out. The restaurant's called BJ's, and it has pazookies, and that's the
sweet.
restaurant I'm thinking of.
I'm gonna have to get through these chats so I can be live with the chats.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up, Soul? And we got Zenergy Fresh. Zergy. There's no N there, Justin. I see what I want to see. Happy
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. What's
Future
goop, my
Marvel.
people?
Wait, Soul is in Hawaii?
I just saw that. Dude, you're all over the place. Literally, we were on the phone a few days ago and he was just a couple miles away. And now he's a couple more than a couple miles away. Hope you're enjoying yourself.
So Soul is asking, are there any card shops? There's a great comic book shop. Well, which island are you on?
Oh, where's Johnny?
Yeah, you need to ask Johnny. Hit up what's Johnny's Instagram handle name?
It is.
It's
I mean,
Johnny
I know the
Bravo.
name.
Johnny
It is
underscore
Johnny
Bravo.
Bravo. Yeah.
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 Hit him up. Let him tell you. I did hunt for Marvel cards while in Hawaii, and I went on this wild goose chase that took me like into a second level on a roof that had me cross this like really narrow like walk path bridge to what looked like some apartments to knock on the door, and then no one was there. When I was in Hawaii earlier last year. A Batman ad on a Marvel show? What Batman ad?
What, I wonder what it was.
I don't know.
Well, we opened DC cards last week and we enjoyed them. And you
We
pulled a
did.
Batman refractor. Come on, man. We're
We
playing
did.
with we're on that fine line now.
Hey, so all right, let's talk about Batman for a second. Everyone,
Okay.
don't leave, please.
Batman's
So,
just like, yeah.
have you seen this storyline that is going on right now for Batman with a character that's called what is it called? Failsafe.
Mm-mm.
The villain. Failsafe, the
Mm-hmm.
villain. Imagine Ultron with the brain of Batman designed by Batman.
I can't imagine that because I don't know who Ultron is. I'm gonna Google though.
All right, guys, welcome to the Marvel Show where we actually know what we're talking about.
I'm figuring this out. What is this
You
Ultron?
do not know who Ultron is?
Never even heard the word. Never. I know Voltron. Never even heard of Ultron.
Did you just drop Voltron on the Marvel Show and you don't know who Ultron is?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. Everybody, apologies.
Another one bites the dust.
I'm getting used to it.
I would ask you if you've seen the Avengers movies, which have one movie that's completely about Ultron, Age of Ultron.
Really?
But
Is it really?
here we are. I know the
Is that
answer to that
actually the
one already.
title of the movie? Is it
Yeah.
Avengers Age of Ultron?
That's exactly right. All right. So Ultron is he's a robot, but he's more like a computer program, and so he can live anywhere and anything at all times. It's kind of really crazy. He's you know who Jarvis is for Iron Man?
Yes. 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 Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
It's kind of like Jarvis becomes a villain.
Got it.
All
Good
right.
reference.
Anyways, this is just I can't believe I'm trying to explain this here. All right, back to Batman.
You know what's funny about yeah, back to Batman, but Constantine says Manu Street Cred 1. I like this dimension that we live in where knowing Ultron equates to your street cred.
Exactly. Oh no, it doesn't in the Marvel Show. Hey, and
It
Keith,
does,
we
it
are
does.
going to talk about AI tonight. The show is already going seamlessly because we're going to talk about AI. I got some stuff I want to talk
Okay.
about. All right.
Okay.
I don't want to get ahead
And
of
hello,
myself.
Constantine. Hello, hello. All
Let's
right, let's
get-
talk Batman. Yeah, what's
Let's
the
get back to
Batman?
Batman. There's a current storyline right now where Batman he has a ability to go into his alter ego, and his alter ego created a way to defeat Batman should Batman ever go rogue.
Wow.
So because Batman's the only one that can stop Batman. You with
Gotcha.
me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So he creates this thing called failsafe. And what happens is Penguin stages an event that makes it look like Batman kills him. Batman doesn't kill anybody.
Hmm.
When that happens, failsafe goes into action thinking that Batman's gone rogue and it's coming out to kill Batman.
This is the best story arc ever. This ties in perfectly with the reality we're living in right now.
Exactly. And so what happens is failsafe shows up and he's completely trained to know everything Batman knows. He literally has Batman's conscience. But
Yeah.
he's made out of indestructible material with all the gadgets, bells, and whistles, and all this kind of stuff. And he's literally taken out everybody. He takes on the Justice League and takes them out in seconds. He defeats Superman twice. And the storyline progresses and how the actual Batman has to defeat the system he created to beat himself. Anyways, it's really, really good. Really, really
Good.
good.
That sounds really great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the character
Look
looks
at-
pretty cool. Let me see if I can't pull that up. And I know it's fun to watch me type on my computer, but I do want people to see this.
I now know more about current DC than current
Tell
Marvel.
you what, I got to looking at it and I was like, man, this is actually really pretty cool. So
Nice.
let me pull this up.
Zdarsky is doing that run. I've heard Zdarsky before.
I don't know I didn't look to see who's doing the art and
Is that
or
how that
whatever,
name
but
is spelled? That's cool.
you see
Interesting.
that?
Yeah,
So this is failsafe.
I think he's
So he
dope looking.
did you see Ultron? He looks
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Ultron with some bat
Yeah,
signals.
I see that now. Yeah.
Anyways, it was a really cool storyline. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, Batman's a top 5 for me. I mean, I really, really appreciate him.
I love
It's
Batman.
really good. So
Absolutely.
speaking of AI, our buddy Keith, okay, he's been Keith can explain better than I can, but he's been using some of the AI technology that creates art to create fan art of people as if they were certain types of characters. He the one he did most recently is what if Zendaya played a role where she was X-23 and the
Okay.
AI creates the art. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So there's this website, and I need to look up the address to it that has really been blowing my mind. That is an AI website. It is called chat.openai.com. I'm going to type it in here, chat.openai.com. And I actually first saw this on a Gary V post. Did you see it?
Okay. No, I didn't.
You didn't? Okay. It's wanting me
I
to.
don't actually, I love Gary V. I don't
Mhm.
actually think I follow Gary V, interestingly
Interesting.
enough. Yeah,
Well, I
weird.
do. And I saw this and I was like, okay, well, let me check it out because his post was like, hey, this is he's like, this thing has caught my attention in a way that some other thing, nothing has in a long, long time. And he started talking about how it can help people author stuff and come up with ideas and all this other kind of stuff. So I was like, well, hey, I need all the help I can get. I'll check it out. Okay. And no, don't do that. Oh, no, I just clicked a button I didn't mean to click.
Was it you or was it the AI?
No, it was me. It said, do you want to continue with Chrome as your internet browser of
Primary.
choice?
Yeah.
And I thought I was clicking to get out of it. so, um, so I go to check this out, and dude, it is insane. So, are you still there? Where are
I
you at?
am. Oh, I'm
All right.
here.
So let me pull it up and show you.
What?
Uh,
Oh,
pa- pa- will it even let me see it? Because I accidentally opened it in another window. There we go.
will it? Will it should be one word.
All right. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Chat GPT.
Mm-hmm.
So I can ask a question like I can do write a short story where Manu is a Marvel movie expert.
It's gonna do this?
Yeah, once upon a time, there was a young boy named Manu who was an expert in all things Marvel. From comics to the movies, Manu knew it all. He spent hours poring over every detail, trying to learn everything he could about his favorite superheroes. He even had a collection of every Marvel movie, which he watched over and over again. Imagine that future. One day, Manu and his friends heard about his love for Marvel, so he decided to surprise them with tickets to the newest Marvel movie, The Infinity Gauntlet. They Manu would be over the moon with excitement, and they were right. Manu couldn't believe his luck when he saw the tickets. He had been waiting for this movie for months, and now he's finally able to had his chance to see it on the big screen. Anyways, it's just literally writing a short story right now about
it. So no one's going to do homework anymore.
So okay, I'm going to talk about something that I don't understand. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is quantum AI technology. So from a binary standpoint, instead of using ones and zeros and ones, it only uses zeros. Okay. So let's see. Let's do write a TED talk about let's see. Let's do Marvel
Swish says
card collecting.
Swish says governments are trying to ban this.
Well, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I've already went and asked all the incredible questions and have it saved in my notes. Because I'm afraid it's gonna get taken away pretty quickly. Oh, it did. Wow. Why is it doing you again? I don't know. it's redoing the one I asked a few minutes ago.
Oh, it is.
But it is incredible. Okay. Can you even see it? Are you looking at a blank screen this whole time?
No, it was there. It was there. I was looking at it on the computer. I don't know why it's blank now. I don't know. This is AI for you. You know, the robots do what the robots want.
All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put this down and we'll do that real quick. So
Brandon says, holy cow, look at it go. Yeah, man. Like that thing is right in the way.
It goes crazy. So I asked it all kinds of questions. I mean, I literally asked it things like, what should be my YouTube scripts for 2023? Mm-hmm. All kinds of stuff. Yeah. I'm not going to go into everything I asked it, but one of the things I asked it, I said, what will be the downfall of the human race?
This. It said me.
I said, what will be the downfall of the human race? Long story short, I'm going to summarize environmental, pandemics, nuclear war, overpopulation, and lastly, artificial intelligence. So do you know what my follow-up question was? Mm-hmm. How can we prevent artificial intelligence from surpassing and turning against the human race? So I already got the cheat code here on how to overcome artificial intelligence taking over the human race. It answered it.
Okay. I'd love to know this answer. I thought it was going to be sassy and say you cannot.
No, it did not. It gave me a whole plan.
Oh, man. And you've saved that plan, right? We're going to need that when the zombie apocalypse comes.
Well, I've saved it on my phone. Maybe I should put it somewhere else.
It controls your phone. Yeah, you got to print it out and tape it to something.
All right. So I woke up this morning thinking, all right, here I am. I've got this AI technology that can literally, I had it write my wife a poem. I said, hey,
this is crazy.
Write a poem about a blonde-haired, green-eyed, a beautiful wife of 20 years, and we have two beautiful daughters together. It literally wrote the whole poem for me. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so, all right, hey, I want to hear it. So Destructive Collectible, I think, is onto something.
I want to know what that's about. Like, yeah, that's something.
Same thing happened in music, death of the artist. I actually think the answer is no. And let me explain. When AI can create art, what becomes super important? Authenticity. Cue the blockchain.
Give it to me again.
All right. So if AI can create art in different mediums, mm-hmm. the blockchain is the only way we're going to know if it was authentic.
But you define authentic. You mean authentic meaning that man-made?
Meaning that you can authenticate its original source.
But if the original source is an AI program, it's still an authentic thing?
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Like, how would you make sure, how can blockchain become the way to verify that it was not created by AI? That's my point. If blockchain is the highest form of authentication, then how can you use that?
Blockchain is not the highest form of authentication. It's the highest form of verification.
Okay, that's different.
Because authenticity, when a piece of information or IP or anything at all, it's hard to define, is put onto the blockchain, at that point it can verify everything that happens from that point forward, but doesn't necessarily mean its creation is tied to the blockchain, because the blockchain is not an operating system. It's a means of traveling and verifying.
Interesting. Well, I think that's got to be the next evolution, because we're going to need to be able to tell, was it AI created or was it human inspiration and created?
Yeah.
And that's going to be to me, a part of, like, maybe not so much what's create value. I know we're kind of a channel that focuses on collecting, but I just think that might end up being one of the better utilities that something like that could have, that people have struggle with, like, well, how am I going to use in everyday life? Well, if AI is going to expand at the level that we anticipated expanding, I mean, imagine.
Yeah, dude.
So
it's going to continue. Oh, it's scary.
Don't worry. I'm already working on a robot that'll, defeat me should I go rogue.
There it is behind you. There's two of them. They're right there, right behind you.
Anyways, all right. That's let's see,
that was
blockchain
good.
and Marvel equals winning.
Yeah.
He says, this level's deeper than everyone signed up for tonight. Don't stop. But man, yeah, I've had fun with it. I encourage you to get on there and have fun with it. Maybe you understand it, maybe you don't.
Very cool.
Oh,
Eddie, what up? Wait, did Eddie leave and come back? He must have.
He may have. We got Stephen Candell in the house tonight. He said, this is She-Hulk series canceled. No sequel.
Oh, dang.
I think somebody might celebrate.
Oh, man. Wow. I still love his creation there.
Yeah,
I know that's what he does. Like, I just love that.
Let's see. My dad said, you guys, or y'all, grew up watching X-Men. I grew up watching Starsky and Hutch and the Deuce of Hazzard. So he liked race cars.
Are either of those the one that has the 79 Trans Am or the 79 Trans Am, 71, 72? You guys know what I'm talking about. The one with the Phoenix on it.
You're not. So he did grow up watching that. I'm going to tell you a story about that. That is, oh, Lord, help me.
Zen, it cannot, only we can. And
don't say it. If somebody in the comments say it, don't say it. That is Eastbound and Down. We're going to keep on trucking. We're going to do what they say can't be done. What is that? We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Oh, what is the name of that movie? I can't think of it all. Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, that's what that is. Yep.
That's Smokey and the Bandit. And growing up, my dad would say, see, boy, well, that's when the main actor, Burt Reynolds, goes down the hill with the female. He goes, that's when I was conceived.
Neo's in the Vintage Lord, you nailed it. Neo's in the chat. Neo, if you can join us tonight. I loved your episode today. I loved your rant. I loved your passion. And I have nothing to add but to agree to every sentiment. But I'd love for you to come on so we can talk about a little bit about that again, because there's something that you said that I never thought about until you said it. And it's so spot on and it's so simple. It's profound, actually. So if you come on, I'd love to talk about that.
Yeah. Neo, you have the link. So that is up to you, man, if you want to join. Joseph said, this is a very odd what if episode. But can it answer what's the origin of Goops? No, that's actually a really good question. Let's ask it.
Oh gosh. Zen, he's about to, oh no.
Oh. What's it going to do when it finds out? All right. Let's see. All right.
Surely it has access to all of our chats. Surely.
Well, so here's the thing. According to it is a language model, not a search engine. So it actually doesn't web browse.
Really?
Yeah. And that and when I first started looking into it, it said, hey, information past 2021 it doesn't have access to right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
They're just not trying to scare us. That's all. They're just trying to take, it's like when the aliens are invading, but the president says, stay calm,
Stay calm. Here's the thought I always have. When we receive technology, how many years ago did the government get it?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
How many years have they been using it? What is the origin?
Here's an interesting one for you. Do you think government's still more advanced than large corporations, or are large corporations leading the charge these days? And then, how long until the government gets it? Then how long until we get it?
That's a good question.
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean, like when you think about the telephone, they had some version of that in the 70s, or the cell phone is what I mean to say. The cell phone they had some version of that in the 70s. We didn't get it till the 90s. So
Yeah.
I don't know how that still plays a role, but all right. It is not giving me the origin of Goops. It's giving me an error when I ask.
Oh, Zen, we're
Ooh,
protected. We're protected. We
we're
have the
good.
force field around us. Let's always protect what is ours.
I did ask it to write a short story of what if Peter Parker Spider-Man became a Jedi Knight.
Yeah, we win. Zen, we win for sure.
Yeah.
You asked it if Peter Parker became a Jedi Knight, what would happen?
Uh-huh. Oh no, I
That's
asked it to
cool.
write a short story and it did.
Oh, right. Yeah, write a short story about it. That's right.
All right. So what is
That's
going
right.
on here? Derp, my guess is Steven has some inside information as an artist in the field. What is that?
Talking about the cancellation of She-Hulk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you now. That makes more sense. Well, he works in that industry, so he doesn't just say stuff. He's probably correct. David Hasselhoff and his car from the TV show Knight Rider is sort of like Ultron on wheels. That's a good point. I actually really enjoyed Knight Rider growing up.
I like the car. I like the red light. I like that it talks. Yeah.
All right, so I got to show you this. Speaking of Star Wars, this happened this weekend.
Nice.
This is the SDCC exclusive.
Oh, it's signed and stuff.
Yeah, well, signed by Ray Park, who I got to meet this weekend.
Oh.
I meant to post a video, I just haven't had time to edit it.
Oh,
but
at Gabe's Cave.
I went to Gabe's Cave, and Ray Park was there, the actor of Darth Maul, and let me tell you, just the nicest person. Super, super kind.
Nice.
And while I was there, I had a little bit of an epiphany. So in 1999, that's when Star Wars Episode 1 came out, right? I believe it is. Anyways, I went to El Dorado and I watched the movie, which is not where I live, and I watched Episode 1. So I thought it was really pretty cool. Then I went back to El Dorado, and that's where Ray Park was. That's where I got to see him. I saw him for the first time on the screen there, and then I went and met him the first time in that city.
That is quite fortuitous. Yeah.
Yep. It was good.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see a Jedi Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse. I tell you what, with as many Spider-Man was in that trailer, we might. Have you seen
2099 seems like it's got a big part.
Yeah.
I saw that trailer because that's the last Spider-Man movie I watched. I love it, and I can't wait for this one. I cannot wait. I love this movie.
Okay.
I love this.
All right, we're getting our answer to what is the origin of Goops.
Oh no. It realized that we felt victorious and it couldn't allow us to have the victory.
Goops is a term that was coined by American writer and illustrator Gillette Burgess. The word first appears in Burgess' children's book, The Goops, which was published in 1900. The book is a collection of poems and illustrations that introduce children to the concept of good manners and proper behavior.
Fitting.
In the book, Goops are mischievous and rude creatures who do things like pick their nose and burp at the dinner table. That's who Goops are. They're troublemakers. The term Goops has since become a popular way to refer to children who have bad manners and bad behavior. You've been offending.
Did it make that up?
I don't know. You've been offending everyone in the chat.
Because you said it didn't search the web. Oh, hey, listen, we're in it together. We can't offend each other. We're a family of Goops. We love us.
All right, we're a bunch of troublemakers who pick our nose and burp at the dinner table.
That's a metaphor.
I got it. They found me.
But if it didn't make that up, that means if that's actually true, that means it does search the web.
In other words, most kids. I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't. I'm not saying it doesn't have information to search. Like, it was saying, like, if I said, "Hey, what was the score of the game last night?" It's saying, like, that's the search engine thing.
It's saying, "Hey, man, I'm not Siri. All right.
Yeah.
You got
go to Google if you want something like that."
That's its response. You ever heard of Google?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Might be obvious answer, but are you more excited for Marvel Allure or Flair Ultra Avengers? Okay. And Keith, I see your question. I'll get to that in a second. That is a great question. I mean, it's Flair Ultra Avengers because it's comic book related art, and that definitely motivates me more than Marvel Allure. But that's not to say I'm not excited about Allure. All right, you ready, my friend?
Yeah.
There he is, the one and only.
What's up?
What's up, boys?
Yeah,
How are you?
I had to answer the call.
he did. We threw up the bat signal, the Neo signal.
Dude, I appreciate it. Look, I'm just gonna jump right into this, and then we could obviously
Yeah.
have our
All right,
pleasantries
Keith, I'm going to get to your question. So, but
and smooth it out. But when you said this one thing, man, like everyone always says, there are a bunch of things that everyone always says, and I loved your approach to it. Obviously, buy the card, not the grade. Everyone says it, no one does it. People say buy the comic, not the grade. Everyone says it, very few people do it. Vote with your wallet, right? Everyone says that, but the layer that you added to it, you was amazing to me. You said what I mean by that is not grade with SGC or grade with whomever. I'm not saying don't grade with PSA. I mean, when you see these listings on eBay, SGC listings for half the price of PSA, vote with your wallet. I'm saying buy the SGC stuff. Let the market start recognizing that we appreciate it, we're willing to pay for it. That will automatically fill in that gap and correct it because demand will be created. That was so amazing, dude. Like, no one's ever said, wait a second, guys, I don't care who you grade with. I don't care who I'm on strike. I'm not grading. I don't care about none of that. Buy the other stuff and the other companies will figure it out from there. And I just thought that was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, the resale price drives demand more than anything else. Like, it drives it more than customer service, pricing. Doesn't make a difference. People just see the dollar signs on the sold listing. So whether it's SGC, CSG, Beckett, CBCS, EGS, I mean, whatever grading company you want, fill in the blanks. The secondary demand of the item in that holder matters more than you submitting cards to that company if you want to
Man,
truly shift the mindset.
it's so like the examples you gave. I've seen this kind of stuff. Like I've seen Marvel cards in a PSA 10 be worth 500 and then the SGC 10 sell for less than 300, right? Like literally 50% of the price. I had never looked at examples as expensive as you were, right? There was the PSA card that was at auction already above $2,000, but there was a buy it now for 2 grand in an SGC, and these cards are selling for 3 grand. SGCs are auctioning at 1,500. That's such a dramatic difference. And the truth is, like you said, the grading companies are probably grading relatively the same way. You're literally paying twice the money for the plastic. I mean, that is the market, that is the demand, that has become the product. So I understand why it works that way. But dude, we've got I think your video is going to move the needle. I think because the way that it resonated with me, I think a lot of people are going to hear it in that same way. And I'm just like, I'm going to buy SGC now because let's fill in that gap. That's really voting with our wallet. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
are there
I mean, I didn't do it necessarily to move markets or whatever, or anything like that. And I don't know that it actually will. I don't think that it will. I think, PSA is almost, using that specific example, is almost kind of too big to fail. It'll take a mountain to move it. Not saying that it couldn't, but it could.
Right.
But ultimately, that's what matters more. You're better off spending up for the slab of the company that you like, if you truly like it and you truly want the card, more than you are sending them an extra 10 cards in a month.
Yeah. Let me tell you just for me personally, I'm already telling you it had an impact on me, but it truly did because I was looking at a 1992 Masterpieces card in an SGC slab. It was so cheap. And I just thought, I kind of just fed into what that felt like to me. I was like, wait, why is this so cheap? Does the market not respect it? Is SGC a bad company? Without researching the company, just based on what this person was trying to sell it for, because they know the demand for it is far less than for PSA. I shied away from it. But then after you mentioned it today, I started doing some research, and I wouldn't have done that if it weren't for your video. And because I'm a PSA guy, I like PSA slaps, but as a company, I have issues with them, of course. And obviously, there's a lot of stuff floating around in terms of content these days about problems with PSA, but people are just voicing their opinions louder, which I respect and like. But I did some research, and it made me more familiar with SGC, and I feel a little closer to them, closer to pulling the trigger and buying that product. That's because of your video. And I found out today that they have two types of 10s as well. I didn't know that, but that makes sense because since they have a 9.5, usually the companies that have the 9.5 grading scale, they usually do have two 10s. So they have a 10 they call it a gem, and a 10 they call it pristine, which is their best one, which is confusing because the other companies call their pristine 10 the not great one and the perfect one the best 10. but you just got to know these things, and now I know. And I can't wait to put an SGC Pristine 10 in my collection. Like, I literally can't wait, and I'm just looking for the right card. There's actually not that many.
There's not a lot of the gold labels. So SGC's grading scale is a little bit different. They have a 9.5, but a 9.5 is not their gem mint. Their 10 is their gem mint, and then they have the 10 gold label. Like CGC,
I didn't even realize it was gold.
9.5 is their gem mint. They have a 10 pristine and a 10 perfect.
Right.
That's how Beckett works too. Beckett has a 9.5. That's their gem mint. So it goes SGC 10, normal label, PSA 10, Beckett 9.5, CGC 9.5, CSG 10 are all the same grade.
Okay.
And then some of the companies have a level up above that 10. PSA doesn't. Beckett has a Beckett 10 and a black label, which is their highest. Very much like CGC has the 10 pristine, the 10 perfect. SGC has the 10 gold label, and CSG has like their version of a gold label. I forget what they call it on the sports card side division. So not all 9.5s. Sorry, my AI is taking over on my wrist.
Fail safe enacted. It's the PSA fail safe.
Not all 9.5s are created equal. It depends on the company.
Right, and so that makes sense. So for SGC, their gem mint is the 10.
Correct.
Their above that is the 10. I didn't even realize it was gold label, so it's that one. Now, you said a lot of nice things about the owner of the company. I forget his name.
Peter's the CEO, president. He's not the owner.
CEO. If I'm not mistaken, you've done interviews with him and stuff. You have segments with him, correct?
Yeah, I've had him on twice.
Right, and other channels recently have also spoken highly of him. And I mean, dude, there's like a lot of just really organic, feel-good stuff going around about SGC last couple of days. Like, I think that could have a real effect. I wonder. Yeah,
it's been like that for a while. People love SGC for their customer service. And once again, I kind of want to clarify here a little bit. The video wasn't specifically about the PSA versus SGC. You could insert any grading company into that. I know we're talking about SGC a lot, but you could legitimately insert any grading company into that space, and the video would apply exactly the same. People love SGC. People love Peter. He's very transparent. He's very open in interviews. He's not afraid to answer any questions or anything like that. The biggest reason I don't use them is I don't like their slab for modern cards. I don't think a lot of modern cards look good in their holder. That's the biggest reason why I don't use them a lot. I like their customer service. I like them for vintage. Like, I have some vintage sports cards. Like, I have a Jim Brown 1953 rookie. I have two of them. They're in SGC slabs. Their slabs looks really good in their holders. And that was what they were known for. But to me, I mean, to your point, you know, if you're grading a card, if you're grading a Marvel card specifically to put it on point, do you want it in this holder, or do you want it in a black SGC holder, or a red and white yellow PSA holder? You know what I mean? If you're talking Marvel specific.
Yeah.
My answer is going to be a little different than the masses, but I would give SGC a shot, hold it before I decide. The CGC case is the prettiest one. There's no arguing that. It's the best looking one. It's the most modern, most colorful, most like, you know, comic booky looking case. No argument. I don't know. I have to have the SGC in my hand before I make that decision. But there's no doubt the CGC case is gorgeous. There's no doubt about it. It looks good. The cards look great in it. Aesthetically, it is probably the best match for an animated card, you know, because it has that quality to it. And then beyond that is probably PSA, and then beyond that is probably SGC. And I remember looking at a lot of like Star Wars cards and stuff on Forest Moon's page in SGC cases, and they look great for those older, more retro, more vintage sort of cards for sure. I think I'm gonna give it a shot and see how I feel about a modern in it, but I can see it being conflicting. The two aesthetics don't really relate, the case and a modern card. They don't really mesh. So, yeah.
I mean, I don't have it anymore because I actually cracked it out for the McFarlane signing.
Ooh.
I had an 89 Comic Images Spider-Man.
Yeah, you had a 10.
In an SGC case, and it looked gorgeous because
that probably
cards
with
white borders really pop in an SGC slab. So like those older, those older 80s, 90s cards that have like that white border around it, that thing just like oofed.
Well, still to this day, the most expensive Marvel card, well, card in general, I've ever purchased, like with cash, no trade, is an SGC Red PMG 2013 Spider-Man. And it looks so good in that case that I still haven't cracked it to send it off somewhere else. And I might one day. I'm not saying that I wouldn't, just because it's the only SGC slab I have in my display, but it does look great. That red on black.
Yeah. Constantine said he bought
really
3.
Certain cards don't.
Right. And that makes perfect sense, right? That makes perfect sense. You're literally pairing how things look. Look, he said he bought 3 after watching a video.
So you did move the needle.
I'm telling you, dude, you're a modest man, but that video hit. Like for me, that video hit. I was like, oh gosh, I'm buying that.
Can you share my screen real quick, Justin? I have a picture of it I sold the card, but I have it from my IG. So like that, I mean, that card looks perfect.
Oh yeah.
And I specifically sent this cap for Marvel White Shorts because of the black and white background for the exact same reason.
Mm-hmm.
Sick. You know what? That's a great way to do it. Like send the cards to the company where you want it to be in the case. Like just play with multiple companies, whatever.
But hey,
you should. I mean, to me, I've always said grading companies are a tool. Pick the right one for the job.
Like, love it.
It's not a marriage. You're not monogamous to the grading company. You could sleep around.
Yeah, right. And apparently, if you want to sell it, you still got to go PSA. Well, depending on how much you want to maximize, you don't have to. But those numbers don't lie. We got to fill that gap. We have to, man. That's cool, though.
We have to?
Literally, we don't have to. Literally, we don't. But I think it serves us to fill that gap, to put the pressure on PSA, not to bring up things that have been brought up a dozen times in the past week. But it hasn't been brought up on this channel, and I'm going to keep it light and bright. I'm not going to go too crazy with this. And I know Neo's, done talking about this as well, as he said in his video. And I forget some of the details of the other channel's name. I think it's called Benchmark Media, if I'm not mistaken. Benchmark Grading. Long story short, they sent a card to PSA. PSA sent a different card back. They agreed that they lost the card. They had never graded the card, and this has gone on for weeks now. I'll make it short. They told the gentleman, hey, sorry, we will compensate you the PSA 9 value. The gentleman responds and said, thank you for considering a compensation, but you didn't grade my card. Why are you assuming it's a 9? I think a 10 is worth more like 1,000. So then PSA came back and said, oh yeah, you're right. We don't know. So let's just call it even. I mean, let's go in the middle. We'll make it 750. So gentleman says, that's fine with me. Thank you for making this right. I'll take my 750. They said, hold on one second. Before we give you the 750, we need you to sign this NDA. And this NDA says that you're not going to say anything about this mishap. You cannot publicly talk about us losing
they done messed up.
It's not the only time. This is just the first time that we're hearing someone with like an actual platform talk about it.
Right.
And then he goes, no, you lost my card. You owe me money. I'm not agreeing to anything. And this is what I do for a living. I make content. So then they respond. They said, okay, fine, make your videos, but send them to us for approval first. Who does PSA think they are? So my friend, to answer your question, yes, I do think we have to fill in that gap because they do not deserve that much power. They shouldn't be able to flex that kind of stupid muscle on anyone. And I think everyone should continue to speak up about it. And whatever comes their way, they deserve it. You can't treat customers that way. And that's that.
That's awesome, man.
I was going to say this, and actually Pokenomics brought it up in chat too. To be fair, like to play the other side of the card here, and I mean, I'm going to send cards to PSA this week, so I'm the hypocrite too.
Yeah, but
PSA is grading 1 million cards a month. If they had a 1% error rate, and it's probably actually lower than that in the grand scheme of things, but we all know we hear about the bad more than the good. Like people aren't, you're going to throw a fit whenever something bad happens.
Sure.
So when you're grading 1 million cards a month, even with a 1% error rate, that's a big number of mistakes, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not. So I think we have to keep that in mind. And I'm not saying that I agree with the NDA or any of that, but like any company is going to have screw ups. No company is perfect. So when you're grading 1 million at even a 1%, even at a 0.5% error rate, that's still a lot of cards getting screwed up in a month. You know,
I
it
agree.
probably happens with all the other companies just as much. But when, I don't know, CGC, for example, on the Marvel or on the non-sport TCG side is grading like, I don't know, like 50,000 in a month, a 1% error rate, that's a lot. And I don't know what their error rate is. I'm just assuming that's a lot less cards for people to complain about.
Yeah.
So
I
you're going to
agree
hear
with
about
you.
it less.
I agree with you completely. But when a problem does occur, that's clearly not the right way to deal with it, right? Like,
correct. Yeah. I mean, I ranted about that in my video on that. They handled that completely wrong right from the beginning because they knew who they were dealing with. Like it wasn't, they knew that it was not, and not saying that should be an excuse, but I mean, I think I said it in that video. Let's be real. They should have given Ty special treatment from Bench Clear Media. They should have, they knew exactly who they were dealing with. And because they just didn't want to cut him a check for $700 and we're going round and round with the NDA, how much negative press did they buy by just not taking care of the issue? And if they would have just taken care of the issue, they would have got a free ad out of it. Because he probably would have done a video. He would have done a follow-up video saying, hey, they cut me a check for $700. It was no questions asked. It was nice, clean, easy. We're good here. Cool. Done. Like that was basically them buying a paid sponsorship video on his channel without actually having.
Yeah, it was it was not very good PR judgment. And did they offer him any money for the NDA?
They offered him a $700. They said, "You will pay you if you sign the NDA."
No, it was just like a standard NDA. Yeah, it was like their standard. I think the mistake that was made was not taking it a step further and thinking through that we are dealing with, whether, you know, people like hearing this or not, we are dealing with a content creator. We have to handle this differently than normal. If they hand anyone else an NDA, 99% of their audience isn't going to care. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If they just hand that to random John Smith on the street that sends 50 cards a year, he's not going to care about signing an NDA most likely because he probably has an IG following of 10. And maybe he goes and complains about it in a Facebook group. They're not going to be able to enforce that anyway.
Right.
But they needed someone needed to sit down in a room and be like, guys, wait a second. Like, this is Bench Clear Media. They have a huge social media presence. This is not going to fly. What the heck are we doing? Like, someone just needed to take like 45 seconds and realize the person that they were working with there. You know what I mean? And once again,
and I apologize.
People will say like, oh, they should treat everybody the same. Like, cool. Like, we live in the real world. That's not how things work.
It's not. And my bad. It's Bench Clear Media. I kept hearing it wrong and saying it wrong. Bench Clear Media. My bad.
That's all right.
And really quickly, Amazing Spider Guy just joined us. It was his birthday yesterday. So happy belated birthday, my friend.
Yes. Happy belated birthday.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. They handled it incorrectly, but you're right. They grade so many cards. There's obviously going to be issues.
Yeah, so you're going to hear about it more because there's more issues hitting the market. You know what I mean? They're creating more issues a month than all the other companies combined, just because they're grading so many cards. Yeah, and they have the exact same error rate as the other companies.
Yeah, it's a different scale and it's different perception, and they got to live with that. But that's part of being the biggest.
Correct. Yeah, so there's going to be more noise about them when they screw something up because there are going to be more screw ups on a monthly basis from them, even if they all have the exact same error percentage.
Yeah. And for one, I'm not going to buy a slab I don't like because I'm upset at another company. I probably would just buy raw. It's probably what I'm going to do.
And I'm not saying run out and buy a slab you don't like, but I'm just like, you'll see people, and like anytime I do like a grading video, there'll be people in the comments that are like clearly like one grading company over another and don't understand why they sell for less. And typically the reason why is because you guys aren't willing to pay the premium for the card. So if you're not willing to pay the premium for the card, why should you expect someone else to pay the premium for the card? And it's funny, like I'll talk to card dealers, like sports card dealers, and they'll be like, these people will preach how wonderful SGC is, and then they come to their table and try to trade their SGC slabs for PSA slabs.
Yeah, that's the height of this hypocrisy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm PSA all day, so.
I mean, it's the same thing in the comic book world. You know, how big of the price gap is it now between CBCS and CGC on some stuff? On modern books, it's probably a little bit closer, but on anything older, it's probably a pretty good split in pricing. Like if you compared two key books from like a Silver Age. JVKE or something in a high grade. I bet you it's a massive difference in resale price.
I mean, from the books that I've dealt in, yeah, it's been a very noticeable and dramatic difference. I would assume that like Golden Age, Silver Age, maybe the gap's a little tighter actually. Like that's
I think
how
it's
I would
actually
look at it.
wider.
The other way around?
Yeah.
Interesting. And I don't deal in Golden Age and stuff, like I haven't gotten there. So I don't have any references, right? But in the books that I've dealt with, man, it's been impressive gaps, you know, like books that I'll sell $900, $1,000 in a CGC, $350, $400 auction ends in CBCS sometimes. And it's like, goodness.
I mean, I know people that make whole livings around arbitraging that.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
sure.
They'll just go watch the auctions for all the other, you know, other grading companies. Insert whatever one you want here. Insert whatever collectible you want here, cards or comics, and they'll specifically target those, and they'll just gobble up anything that ends too cheap, get it, crack it out, send it to whoever they want, and then flip it, and then make you know, however much they make on it.
Yeah, sometimes you could double your money. Sometimes, and then the idea of buying the book is so important because neither of the companies are like the end all be all of grading. They all have inaccurately graded books or books that are on the fence, you know, on this fine line. So if you're going to do a crossover, you definitely have to buy the book. You cannot, you start with the grade, but then you got to dive in deep, ask for extra pictures, look at everything as close as you can, and you know, and then place your bet.
And that feels to me just like a script for something that's not going to end well. If you can just buy a card in a different slab, crack it, put it in another slab, and sell it for double or triple the money. Like eventually the market, I think, has to wise up to that in some way.
Will it?
I don't know.
Good question.
But it goes back to a statement that Manu made that's just still rattling in my brain, which is, are we headed towards, or are we in a junk slab era? And to me, like,
sure.
I mean, for low-end common stuff, yes. The rare stuff's always rare. It doesn't matter whether it's in a case or not.
No, that's all I'm talking about is that all I'm saying is there's so much low-end comic stuff being slabbed as if you have to slab a card or else it's not an item. You know, that sort of mentality.
So at what point do you train your eye to just really hone in and focus into the item that's in the slab? And that's making the decision of what you're purchasing when you're purchasing.
I think modern stuff, people don't even pay attention. I know I don't. I'll be honest. I don't look at most stuff modern. But to your point, like if we're on the comic book side specifically, I actually just talked about this in a video I recorded earlier that'll be up sometime later. Talking about an X-Men 101, and it was one of the things that was on my want list for 2022 that I didn't acquire. I could have. There's multiple ones that sold at prices that I wanted in like a 9.2 to a 9.6 range, but I didn't like the wraps. 101 is notorious for having it miswrapped, and you have that white line very visible on the front cover. And because that covers that bright blue, it sticks out like a sore thumb. And I purposely passed on it, even though it was a 9.4 or whatever grade it was that went like exactly at the price point that I wanted to pay for it. And I skipped it because I didn't want that wrap.
And I commend you for that. I love that. And I was talking to somebody the other day. It was a friend of ours. I'm going to forget something at the moment, and I apologize if you hear my friend. I talked to a lot of people, so I forget who it was that I had that conversation with. But there was a book that had ended, and he was bummed. He was like, man, I fell asleep and I missed this auction. He told me what book it was, so I went and looked at that auction, and I messaged him back. I said, I'm actually happy you missed this one because that wrap sucked. You know, there's way too much of the back cover showing. And I said, you know, in cards, you get docked for centering. You know, it's a factory mistake, but you get graded down for it. In comics, you do not. So it's the collector's discretion to decide, hey, that's the 9.6 or the 9.8 for me, because it actually does not score the book differently for it to be factory misaligned. But as a discerning collector, a sophisticated collector, and if you're trying to create a long-term, like sort of investment grade collection, you definitely want to concern yourself with things like that, I think, for sure.
Yeah, especially on older stuff. You know, like I talk about it in that same video. I bought an X-Men 4, and I waited for Heroes Con to buy that because I wanted to buy it in person because it was an expensive older book from the 60s. And I wanted to make sure that the eye appeal was on point because I knew I was going to be buying a lower grade. So I wanted to make sure that I got something that presented well for like a 3.5 to a 5.0.
I want to geek out on something silly real quick. Justin, oh, thanks. You already did. Oh, shoot, I showed it already. Dang it. All right.
You saw the back. We didn't see the front.
That was, well, okay, good. It's interesting because it's like a book, but it's not. So the other day you showed your AF-15, Justin, and I said, I bought something similar. So this is now officially my oldest Spider-Man item ever. I still don't own an AF-15. I still don't own an Amazing Spider-Man 1. I'm just getting started, okay? You got to dip your toes in first. This is literally me dipping my toes in. I bought a page from an Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Are you? Wow, look at you.
It's a single
what a great
page. It's a letter to the fans. It's page 12, so it's one of the last pages. I'm not going to read it out, but he's telling the fans that there's some. I'll read some of it. He says, "Hope you enjoyed this issue of Amazing Spider-Man. Beginning with our third issue, there'll be letters. There'll be a letters page for your knocks and boosts called the Spider for your knocks and boosts. Is that kicks? Is that what they used to call for your kicks?
Yes, sir. For all you goops out there.
All you goops out there. Anyway, I bought it. So this is on the front. There's some reward for some.
That's quite the reward.
Coin on the back. Yeah.
1801 coin. It's
so Amazing Spider-Man 1, page 12. Right? Page 12. March of 1963. It just says PG for page, but it does say off-white to white. So they do, grade the color, if you will. And yeah, I think it's awesome. It's a page. It's my start. It's my beginning. So eventually I hope to show you guys an Amazing Spider-Man 1, but until then, at least I have a piece of it. That's that.
That is cool. And I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 cover?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay. All right. Just curious.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not necessarily. It's kind of weird looking to me. I never even realized what Spider-Man was doing. Like, is he behind the glass, on the glass? I never understood what that was.
And how is he sticking? Like,
yeah, so now I realize he's on the inside of it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or
that makes more sense.
Exactly. That's the point. What was that cover? But it's history.
Hey, speaking of Force Moon.
Hey, thanks, man.
Says he loves it. Dan's here. How's it going, Dan? So Derpa's asking a question up here. He goes, here, I've been having some issues with cards I've gotten through Whatnot in which the cards that are the hits are not slabbed pulls that are saying it is the big hit, having major damage on the card. Anyone else experiencing this? And I don't know. I don't buy enough from Whatnot to say. I just think you got to be careful with Whatnot, obviously.
Yeah, Alonzo, thanks and hello.
Dan. Oh yeah, I really like that. So Dan got an Ultimate Fall. He won an Ultimate Fallout 4 9.8 second print.
Still, that's amazing. You won it?
He did.
Oh, wait. Hold on. The reprint or the second print?
No, the second print.
That's so with Miles' face showing.
That's correct.
That's a sick book to win. Wow, congrats. I love that.
I actually like to cover the second print better than the first print.
100% agree with you. And I think it's a great time for that book right now. Yeah, it's gonna.
Speaking of Miles, let's see. Can you? I don't want to make sure I don't show anything I'm not supposed to show here. I think it does. And share. I sold my printing plate.
No way! Congrats! I love it. Whoa! How much did it sell for?
$3,450.
Ooh, congratulations! That is awesome, dude.
I was very happy to.
That is awesome.
For that, it was a really cool pull. Obviously, very happy with it, but that was too good of a price to get. So,
dude, I love that.
What's that?
I said I'm not big on printing plates. I think they're ugly.
Well, I understand what you're saying. I mean, you're not getting the full effect, right? You're getting just a shade. I
get why people chase them. They're just not for me.
It was to pull it out of the pack and hit it, and it be a Miles, be an auto, and a printing plate. I loved every second of it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I'm not taking anything away from the hit or the pull, but I just mean from like a collected, like running out and spending that much on a printing plate. Like I would just like that blows my mind.
Well, have you seen the triple auto? This all three were marked on eBay right now.
Oh, of a printing plate or just a regular card?
Regular card. It's the out of 5. The Miles.
Yeah, I saw that one go up. It's like some ridiculous price.
15,000.
I'm surprised by, and I'm sure this won't hold because a ton of them flooded the market. Because I want one. I'm surprised the Haley auto is selling for as much as it is, but I have noticed it's starting to cool off a little bit.
Yeah, because
Like it's selling like $1,000. I get a Tom Holland auto for that price.
right. Well, and those, I mean, if you go and you look at the odds, did you notice that you can see the individual odds for each signature for each type of card on Cardboard Connection?
I didn't look that deep.
Yeah, so here I want to show because
there's the
people are going
inscription
out.
and there's the regular one. I actually prefer the regular one over the inscription.
Here,
Kev, thank you very much. Dan Wiseman says, Neo, been loving your rants, by the way. I'm telling you, man, them rants is solid.
give me a second. I'm going to pull this up because I do think this is interesting.
Yeah, I just want like the base auto, but I'm not paying $1,000 for it. It's not $1,000 card.
Miles is selling cheaper than that.
Wow, Miles isn't Haley Steinfeld. She's Spider-Gwen and Kate Bishop and like a billion other things in real life. Like,
that's
she's
true.
A huge star.
Okay. HH, thank you, my man.
So if you scroll down, you got to get
Gwen's stuff's always been super expensive on the card side of things.
Yeah, totally true. If you scroll down, you see here it says Spider Sigs and autographs, and it's hobby and EPAC. So the odds, I'm just guessing the way that's written is for both. Like take the Brian Tyree Henry as Jeff Davis. The SSA BTH2 is a 1 in 8,823 packs, which is, you know, much less than say Penny Parker, who's 1 in 253 packs. So he obviously signed a lot less. You get to Miles Morales with Spider-Man written. It's 1 in 1,357 packs, where just his auto is 1 in 253 packs.
The Haley inscription is more common than the non-inscription.
The Haley inscription here on the portrait is 1 in 253 packs. And those are all the portraits are inscribed. If you scroll up, the non-inscription is 1 in 671.
Huh. I didn't realize that.
But that's her as
the non-inscription because I like the image better because she's in the suit instead of
right. So my point is if you're out there buying autos and the rarity of it matters to you, like pay attention to this hit rate because it's much different than from each character and each type. And of course, you do have 4 cards that are numbered out of 5, and the Haley Steinfeld as Spider-Gwen, Shamik Moore as Spider-Man. That's not the triple auto. Here's the triple auto down here. Yeah. Okay. So there's 2 out of 5s. One's a dual and one's triple. Fun stuff. I thought that was really cool because one of our friends hit one that's 1 out of 1,300 packs, and he didn't realize that.
You know what I think is really cool?
What's that?
That you sold that thing for $30-something $100.
Hey.
I think that's awesome.
I do think it's a great card. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what his, you know, him as an actor or voice actor, how that career arc goes. But it is a cool card. Okay, so I promised Keith that I would get to his question. Neo, when you jumped on, we were talking about AI stuff. I think you were hearing some of that. And Keith asked the question, Justin, what happens when Upper Deck gets an artist permission to use their style, and then they use an AI to generate a full set in minutes? What happens then? I think the answer is, I mean, it's going to depend on how good the art is, but there's a chance that people won't respond to it positively if they see it as kind of a knockoff. If they don't see it as a knockoff, like then maybe there is people don't have a visceral reaction to it. But I think the current collecting community would have a visceral reaction to it.
This is, I think you're right. And this is making me think that if this is the way that this is going to go, like if we're actually going to see AI affect production of stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Things, consumables, right? Or whatever, things that we buy. Well, that's just going to make the old stuff that much more special.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love that.
It does have that capacity to do so.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of AI because I just have a belief that when we as humans have more time to be in creation, like we do some really special stuff, and if robotics free up time and space for us to do that, I don't see it as like pure job replacement and we're all going to be at home doing nothing. I just believe in the human spirit too strongly for that to be the case.
I agree. I mean, I haven't thought about it too deeply, but I don't have any trouble agreeing with what you just said. Can I have screen time again real quick?
You can, my friend.
Thank you.
This is your show too.
Hey, I'm honored. Speaking of 90s stuff, this is like, it might not be the first parallel stuff, right? But maybe this is like parallel stuff. I showed this card on my Instagram, but this is from 95 Fleer Ultra Spider-Man, and it's this sick Venom. But this is the gold signature, right? So it has the gold signature there, the gold signature series stamp.
I missed that
it's
earlier.
actually like the first, so this is like the first parallel, right? Because every card had the gold signature thing. And then I showed you this as a funny joke. I did buy both of them. It's currently a pop 2, and I did buy both of them because I love it. But if anyone grades more 10s of these, I'll buy it. Hey, you know what? If you've got SGC 10s, hit me up. Let's see if I like them.
Neo, do you think he's going to dump them if he gets all of them?
No.
I hold a lot of stuff.
First of all, I didn't realize those were gold sigs. I think that's great. I think those in a 10 are really, really pretty cool. And it's not the first parallel.
Oh, okay. I don't, I just thought it was cute to think about it that way because you're the friend of mine that talks parallels, right?
I know. I love this conversation.
So I'm like, oh, wait, parallel.
So you start to try to think about it. Well, there's 90 MU cards that I think have maybe Toy Biz on the back.
Yeah, there's Toy Biz ones.
So that's a parallel.
Oh, but those weren't pack pulled parallels. Those are variants.
So we're gonna call that a variant. I like where you're going with this. So then we move forward a little bit and we get to 94 Marvel Masterpiece. And you have the gold sig in that.
Yes, you are absolutely right. This is 95 Fleer, but 94 Masterpieces. Brilliant set. Hildebrandt Brothers. Come on. They do have the gold signature. Ooh, those are to go after. Oh, those are to go after. Wow.
They're good. They're good.
You need this in your life, Manu.
But wait, hold on.
Hey, no, I have that. You want me to have it in that PSA slab. Look, I have
it. The better slab.
Oh, stop it.
All right, I don't even know if this is a competition.
We got to have them both. No, you know what it is? We're on a team. Neo, between the two of us, we've got it all covered. And I think that means we both win, and I like that narrative.
Okay. I don't know that no, we don't do participation awards here. And I don't know that what just happened? Exits full screen. Wow.
Yeah, you don't know what?
I don't know.
That's a beautiful card though, man.
Sorry. I did something really weird with my computer. I think Neo has a better camera than you, so it's easier for him to win.
Guaranteed he has a better camera.
When you're in 4K, the case looks even clearer.
It does look so good.
I did see your card disappear from eBay, the black suit Spidey. So I think it sold. Congrats.
Yeah. Sold
Very
off.
nice.
Wait,
I'll ask you later. I was curious.
The
pristine
one
10.
I showed, this one.
Do I have it here? No. Oh, that one.
Oh, you had the 10 and it sold.
I had the 10 pristine. I put the 10 pristine on eBay and held this one back, and someone DM'd me and I sold that one.
Are you open to sharing what you sold it for? You don't have to.
What did I sell it for? I'll just say a couple $100. Just since it was off eBay, I don't want to,
Oh, it was off eBay. Sorry, I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah, off. Yeah. I saw the listing go away.
He DM'd me and said, "Hey, what are you thinking on this?"
Yeah.
So it's sold for a very strong price. I will say that.
I have a thought here.
But I've had good luck. Like, so I sold, which this was on eBay, so you can go check the comp. I had the Rogue from 92 X-Men Jim Lee in a pristine 10. That sold for 125. And this sold for slightly more than that. We actually use that as kind of like a basis point. I'm like, well, the Rogue sold for this. It's not apples to apples, but I'm like, the Rogue sold for this, and a black suit Spider-Man's a better character than the Rogue. And we were pretty close on like his initial number that he threw out. We were pretty close on price anyway. So
a question for you about CGC and values and things of that nature. And I think my thought is there's some optics here. And if I sound like a CGC homer, that I am, like, I really enjoy them, and I could sound that way. But I think we're seeing a lot of good grades in CGC slabs. Like, we're seeing a lot of 9.5s, and there may be like this perception of they grade easier, or maybe they do, maybe they don't. But is it?
Wait for my video tomorrow. I got hammered.
Well, so all right. So here's my question: is it that people are just getting their initial submissions and they're only showing the good grades? That's what I'm asking.
Oh yeah, you don't show your losers.
Right. But it does create the perception. Oh, well, they're handing out 9.5s like they're candy.
I got crushed on this submission
because we don't have a developed and mature pop report to really judge like the gem rate off of it.
I'll just give a little sneak peek teaser.
Let's do it. Whoa.
All right. And this is a guy
I already know what card that was. Just from the corner, I knew the card. But a 6?
7.5. All right. So Neo, here's my point.
What?
If you're into buying cards already graded, it might actually be a good time to go ahead and grab the 9.5s and 10s if you can from CGC, because there is a general perception right now that maybe they're giving them out a little more easier than maybe they really are, because we don't have that mature pop report. People are only sharing their big hits, and they don't realize that those actually are pretty special cards. And I use that term loosely. Don't take me too seriously.
Yeah. Give me about 11 hours when my video posts at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Maybe I'll change that perception.
Okay, got you. You might move the needle a little bit there.
Because I sent 28 cards in that order. 26 of them were from 94 Fleer Spider-Man. And I think 8 9.5'd or better. Maybe it was a little more than that. It was like 10.
I just think if you see a card that you really like and it's in an SGC 10, a pristine, especially if it's a perfect, might actually be the time to get it.
I agree with you. I'm not even.
Is it something common or is it something more rare?
Right. Yeah. And Manu, you broke up, so I want to hear what you said again.
I forgot because I realized I was breaking up and I wanted to hear what you guys are saying. I was just saying, no, I'm very serious. I'm going to start buying SGC slabs. Like, that wasn't just like, oh, that made me kind of want to. No, I'm buying them. I just have to find the ones I want, but I am buying them, guaranteed.
So I'll cancel out the 6. We did pretty good on this one.
Yes, I love that.
Bro,
if you're gonna do good on that one, good on that one.
Yeah.
Wait a second. No, what is that? What is that number to?
75.
75. Yeah.
Yeah, 75. I got.
This is one of the cards that's incredibly difficult to get that grade on, right?
Yeah,
they don't give them out.
Oh, congrats.
No, we got that paired up with the. I've had this one for a while now, but.
Gorgeous.
That is your character for sure.
So I need a teal. Low series. I'm sorry. Yeah, teal low series.
Do you have the orange?
Or are teal and turquoise the same ones?
Ugly.
Are the teal and turquoise the same ones? Teal and turquoise?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I meant turquoise. Yeah.
Okay, I did the same thing. Yeah. It's just so easy to say teal. It just rolls off.
There was one on eBay, and the guy had it listed. It was in a 9. It was like for $600, and he pulled it. He didn't sell it. He just pulled it. I messaged him to see if it sold, and he said no. He pulled it.
Oh, I love this question. Forest Moon, perfect time. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. My bad.
Oh, you're fine.
Manu gets excited. You gotta.
I do.
He's a goop. He's rude.
Yep. Me interjecting is just flicking boogers around. That's all it is.
Yeah. I got you.
I wanted to talk about the McFarlane signing. So he said, I arrived late, so you may have already discussed. Have you guys seen the Todd McFarlane signed comics hitting eBay already around $500 to $600 average prices? I expect there will be more to come. Do you mean $500 to $600 premium for the signature, or are you specifically looking at books in that price range? Because I've been seeing a lot of books, but we're all looking at different things. But I have started to see a lot of the McFarlane stuff coming back, and it's going to be exciting times. There's going to be a lot of things to buy. None of the cards are back yet, from what I've seen. I haven't seen any slabs. Yeah,
I've been checking my submission tracker about 5 times a day to see if they've popped on my.
Okay, I gotta tell you guys,
I haven't seen any come back yet.
I haven't yet either. I'm not going to ruin the surprise because it is our friend's. It is his right to do so when he gets the book. But you know Taj, Epic Comicology, he was on the channel. Dude, he Grail book got a 9.8 on it. Like, I should. This is weird for me to say because I'm not getting into details, but it's a McFarlane book.
Mm-hmm.
So it's from the 80s. We talked a little bit about Batman, so you could do some math now. And it's not just that he got the 9.8. It's not just that it's signed by Todd, but there's a little extra something on that book that's going to set it apart completely. And I can't wait till he posts it, because then I'll talk about it. Then I'll blast it. But maybe next week we'll be able to talk about that. But I was just so happy for him. So if he's watching, congratulations. But regardless, man, Taj got a whoa book. It's so cool. Yeah.
Man, good job, Taj. Because I mean, according to you, I mean he's helped so many comic book collectors, right?
Yeah.
So it's nice to see him win one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I got to try to buy it from him now, but that's
How many
double
cards
win
did you send in, Justin, for McFarlane?
for Todd. None, 0.
Oh, you sent none.
Yeah, not because I didn't want to.
It was expensive.
I was just too busy. No, it's just I fully expected to deliver them to New York and do it there, and when that didn't happen, I just got swept away when I got back.
I sent 6. Yeah, 6.
So we'll see
5
what
comic
happens.
images from '89, and then Venom High Series.
Well, I want to get that orange signed. That's what I wanted. So.
Did you send anything, Manu?
I sent 3 wizards, but I didn't send any cards. But I did send 3 wizards.
I'm interested to see how many cards get signed. I know, what was it, like 32,000 books got submitted or something crazy, or was it 32,000 items?
I think see, that's a good question. I don't know the differentiator, but that's the number that I've heard, right? 32,000 because of that video that Todd put out.
Yeah. I just wonder what the card percentage is, because it's not like there's not like a ton of McFarlane cards to send other than the 90s stuff. I mean, that Spider-Man metal card probably got sent a lot.
Yeah, it did. Yep, for sure.
And it looks good too. Goodness gracious.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that one in person at NYCC, and then he posted one on IG in the slab.
Yeah.
I'm about to pull it up if I can on IG. So give me just a second.
Did you see
here.
One guy got one of the Spidey prisms? He got signed in white at the top by Todd. He got a pristine 10 and a perfect 10. I need to know who that person is so I could try to buy that perfect 10.
I had one of those in a PSA 10 that I sold last year, I think.
They're sick. Those prisms are
I opened the box. I packed
Look at this 9.9 Happy Holidays, Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, I actually entered this one. I usually don't.
Yeah. Good luck. Hope you finish second.
Thanks.
To me.
Oh, Amazing Spider Guy. No, that isn't it. But that is a really good, really awesome guess. I'm just going to tell you in the DM later, but I just don't want to say it publicly. Because
he does T McFarlane on this one.
Yeah.
I think the one we saw was his full name, right?
Yeah, it was.
It was. The first one they showed was the full name.
That prism does look really good.
It does, yeah.
Oh,
it's very interesting. That's one of their giveaway cards too, so maybe those slabs cards that they were showing were just their home, maybe their cards.
Yeah, where was that at? I thought it was before all this.
No, it's one of those videos, but I don't remember
which
video.
It's not a post.
Yeah, it's a video.
Or no, you know what it was? It was an Instagram story. You're not gonna be able to.
Yeah, so it may have went away.
It was because it was from like a week ago.
I think they saved their stories here, don't they?
No, their story. I think it is one of the. Oh, you know what it is? I know which one it is. Scroll down for me, please.
Well, what just happened?
I'll tell you exactly which one it is. Hold on one second. Which one are you clicking? Click that first one in the second row. No, it's not that one. Click the second one.
This one?
The one where he's looking at the 423 Batman?
Here?
It's not. No, yeah, I just want to see if it's this one. It's not this one. You could click off of this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm almost positive it was an IG story.
No, I know it was, but I actually think it's one of these. Can we look at that one where he's holding up the 301 with the grade? And if you can get to the end of this video, I think you're going to see the box of cards.
All right, we'll give it a second. I don't think it'll let me fast.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll just give it a
Why
second. This is
can't
the
you do that
video.
with IDs? That just drives me insane.
I think maybe on the desktop version you can't, but this
Oh,
was
hey, wait a
long
minute.
enough.
Did y'all see that? So they grade
What?
before he signs?
No, this is a segment that they did where the previous. No, see, if you click off the video, we're never going to get to the end of the video.
Oh, sorry. I just don't
And
think
so,
that's it.
no, I
Do you
think it
do?
might be, but yeah, just let it play. We'll find
let it
out.
play.
Not this one.
Oh, I clicked the
And
wrong one
then
Like
again.
a blind leading
and
the blind.
Here we
right.
are.
And while this is playing, I'll tell you why these are graded before he signed. It's because the previous segment, this is part 2 of a video. The previous segment to this video, they played a game with Todd. They were like, grade these books, you know, see what grade you give them. And those are his
Oh,
guess grades on it. And then they sent them to Matt Nelson. Matt Nelson graded them, came back, and then they did a grade reveal. See, this is them doing their whole shtick, right? Like Matt's like, I got Todd's book. I'm going to see if he's good at this or not and give him a job sort of thing, you know, whatever. Part of this video is the one that I clipped and turned into my reel the other day, where it was the 3.5
okay.
Amazing Spider-Man. And so that's why I'm kind of familiar with this video. And I'm not positive, but I do think at the end of this video is when the gentleman from CGC comes and after shows Todd the actual grades to see if he got them right or wrong, he shows them other cards that have been graded as well. That's why I think this is that video. But to be honest, this video could be 3 or 4 minutes long. So
I don't
I don't
care.
know if you want to see
I'm
it,
enjoying
but
watching
that's that.
it.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
don't know how
I'm
I
enjoying
missed this
narrating
video
it.
because I did not see it. In the appraisal world, if you like have a mental note about a value, we call that benchmarking. But I guess that shouldn't happen in the world of grading because the book is the book. So did he? Oh, how'd you do, Todd?
He was wrong on all of them, but it was just a game
Right.
anyway. He
Hold
never
on.
even looked at the back of the book.
So I was in the ballpark.
You hear
I knew
it
it was
now?
a good one. I thought it was going to be a 9.6.
Can you guys
The
hear
reason was there's a little bit of the pages below showing there.
Nope, can't tell if you can hear it or not.
No, we can hear it. We can hear it loud and clear.
Oh, okay.
I thought that would get me down. So not bad. Not bad, Todd. Thanks, Tom. The next one is, my guess was, are you sure we didn't mix these up? Oh, man. Noonan. I guessed 9.8. I thought I'd sort of get them built way up. And I think they got it wrong, but it's a 9.4.
That's a tough book to get
So,
a 9.8.
man, I was off 2 jumps on that one. I thought it was a good looking book. There must be a flaw.
You didn't get to see the back, and there's creases on the back.
Oh my God. So that one, I didn't guess that good. Okay, cool. This one I said was going to be a 9.0 Infinity Ink, and it is ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
9.0. Not bad, not bad. Nice eye, Todd. Thank you. And now this is going to be the hardest one. I think this is the hardest one. I don't know when you have a book that has a lot of love and a lot of wrinkles and a lot of tears and a lot of stuff, how they do it. I said that this was going to be a 5.5. And I don't know if you can see up close, but there's like a lot of damage here, a lot of damage here, but I don't know what the criteria is. I'm marking it down. So we're going to see this is a 3.5. So I was way more generous. There was some tough stuff on there. So I was trying not to really break his heart. And I was going to go lower, but I didn't want to wreck him. But I thought it was going to be 5.5, but it's not. It's a 3.5. Now,
I love how Todd thought he was going to influence the grading process. Which is great.
ASM 300 in this shitty of condition is basically there's not that many of them. So you are really
13.
sort of, this is kind of a rare book if you actually look at the glass half full. So good job on you on this one. Plenty of 9.8s, right? Not that many 3.5s. So you keep this. This is a unique book for you. So that's it.
This
One
is
out
a
of
unique
4.
book for you.
One pretty close, one, and then this was I'm off too far. I'm gonna have to read up on my book on how it goes. So
All right, let's see.
I will get back
Let's
to
see.
everybody to tell you whether I'm starting my own grading because I'm a little humbled right now. I thought I was a little bit better. So this one crushed me, and this one, 9 out of 9, brought me up. And so if you average these two, it means I'm incredibly mediocre. And as you all know, children, inconsistency is the step ladder to mediocrity. And that's where I'm at right now. So we'll end the segment. Next time you want me to do any more speculating, just send in the CGC and I'll do it next time. Part 2. Thanks, boys and girl.
Yeah, I was wrong, but I still enjoyed that. So
I did too. No, I'm glad we shared that. We'll find it later. Oh, Ryan wants to know if we're giving anything away tonight.
he said he's showing tonight's giveaway, correct? We got to call Todd, maybe.
Oh, that's tonight's giveaways for CGC, maybe. Oh, okay. I don't know.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, you guys win. It was in the story and probably not in the video. But if I find the clip, I'll send it to you and we can play it later.
Well, you know what though? I think I took a photo of it.
I definitely.
I screenshotted it and sent it in our group chat.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, nice. You guys have a group chat that I'm not in. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yes. See, the one on his right, I think, is a perfect 10.
So, Neo, tell them what you saw with this.
Oh, the image thing.
Is it? Yeah. So if I zoom in, that should say comic image. It just says image.
Yeah. Yeah. Why does it say that? Wow. It says comic images below it. Why does it just say image at the top?
I noticed it right away. It's like the first thing I noticed.
I didn't. I was like, these are beautiful. And Neo's like, it's wrong.
Yeah, I didn't notice it at all. But what is...
I'm like, why is the label like that? And everyone's like, what are you talking about? They're like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah. So that's the pristine, and there's the perfect. That white SIG looks good on there, though,
I think
guys.
didn't our mutual friend say that those may have just been test slabs for the video?
He did, but I feel like that was a throwaway comment.
I guess we'll all find out when they hit eBay in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, what does this one say at the top then? Where that one said image. What does this one say?
Just says
Venom. It says Venom. But
that's the name of the card, though, right? That one's accurate.
So is image supposed to be the character name?
Yeah.
I'm guessing so.
It should be Spider-Man, not image. Yeah.
I also find it hard to believe that those prisms tend, having handled those prisms before, which makes me think that it may have just been thrown in there for the video.
And the fact that that's one of the cards they're using in the giveaway makes me think it's just one of their like promotional things too. Then
I see what you're saying. What was that? What was the Lamine James post the other day where it's like, how could this card company create this error? They're trash, and it's like, how could this card be worth so much money? It's a rare error card.
Yeah.
They have QC issues. This is so special. It somehow got through, and there's only like one like it in the world. Did you see that?
Yeah. I remember what you're talking about.
It was a Frank Thomas, like borderless rookie or nameless rookie or something.
The nameless rookie, yeah.
Manu, do you know what I'm talking about?
The card's
no. What was the joke, or what was the comparison they were making?
So there was a Frank Thomas,
I think it's like
rookie
90 card. Tops or 90 Fleer or something off the top of my head.
And it didn't have his name. So it was like, okay.
Printing error.
Printing error. And it was like a high grade, I think. And then this current people complaining about modern cards having errors, saying that they're QC issues. So those are trash, but this stuff from the 90s with errors is rare and more valuable.
I thought people loved current modern errors. I thought even modern errors were cool things.
I think there's a difference between errors and quality control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just funny in the way it was presented. It's like, hey, we're not
funny how Topps actually has a you could get a short print version of a player in current day Topps that is called the no name error.
Oh.
They print them that way on purpose now. They'll be super short printed.
That's funny.
It's called, you look at pack odds, it says right on the back, no name error, like 1 out of whatever.
And CGC,
it's like a thing that they've embraced.
He's actually making like a big push.
for
I
grading
didn't catch
error.
that. What was that?
Yeah,
Nick?
and TGC.
Yeah, I think CGC is actually making a big push, like, trying to be the leader of recognizing errors, making sure that all the TCG people know that we're recognizing errors and we're writing it on the label, loud and proud.
They're doing it for Pokemon.
Yeah, they have they're pretty good in the TCG space. They do pretty well. They're the second biggest behind PSA.
Yeah, so Ryan brings up a great point. If you've seen the 93 Marvel Masterpieces where it's missing the full name, it creates this really clean, seamless look for the card. It's really beautiful, actually.
I've never seen that.
Yeah. I have seen them. Norn has some for Surfer, if you can get him to show you. It's really cool.
Very nice.
He doesn't like to show off his Solar Surfers.
He has everything. This guy.
Just take him an hour.
He got something recently, Neil. I know you know what it is. I'm not gonna say what it is, but super stoked for him.
He's been on a tear lately.
He is on a tear. Well, we got into him.
It started with that Silver Surfer 1 in CGC, the comic, and then since then he's just been like on fire.
Well, he's so when I first met him, he was like not buying graded stuff, and now he's trying to convert his entire collection into graded. So,
right.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when you become the Marvel card expert for CGC.
Say when you start working for a grading company, your mindset probably changes.
All right, let's see what Brian says. Brian, I always respect everything he has to say about collectibles. Errors equal what the collecting community will appreciate to a niche degree. QC equals what the community will reject, i.e. skybox metal. Yep.
100%.
Like it. How to tell the difference?
Well, no, it's not that confusing. An error is like a cool, weird thing that happened, and a quality control issue is just crap. It's a chipped edge, it's a bent corner. It's like lack of care, where the other is like a cool, weird thing happening. Half of one card is printed, and then the other card has started. Like, errors are errors. They're cooler things. Quality control is just negligence. There's a difference. But what would be an interesting one to be discriminating about is like a print line. Like, when does a print line become cool? If it's like super big and blocks a third of the card, maybe it's an error. But if it's just a small line, you're like, oh, this sucks. So that's an interesting one. But I don't think it's that confusing. I think there are clear differences, I think. Is that weird for me to say that there's a clear difference there?
All right, so here's what I love about you, Manu. I love that you think it's simple and you answer it eloquently. And that's why I asked the question, because I don't think it's that simple for everyone. Okay. And like I'm thinking of a friend of mine who has a green Spider-Man 2015 PMG,
with the blue line through it,
with a big old blue line through it. You pull that, are you going, yay, I got the error card? Are you going, oh, I got a QC issue, and wow, what a miss. I pulled like the best card, and it's got this going on in it.
It's very interesting that that's the example you use, because that's exactly what I was thinking about when I said the one place you'd be a little confused is if you get a big print line and you're like, is this an error or is this cool? I mean, or quality control. So yeah.
So if you're trying to sell it, do you try to sell it as an error and you're like, call attention to it and be like, hey, there's only one like this? Or do you like, hey, I don't know.
That one gets decided in real time, right? Like the seller gets to decide how he wants to try to sell it, and the buyer gets to decide what he's going to buy, Right. So that one gets decided then and there.
Casey asked, do you guys think Marvel Beginnings will release December the 28th, or is that just a placeholder date? I'll gladly respond. I don't see any way it happens, primarily because we don't even have a sell sheet yet.
I think we get Avengers before Beginnings. Yeah,
it does seem like we're going to get Avengers before then, based on some of the artist response that I'm getting and what's happening there. If you saw the interview with Tom Fleming's already signed his cards. Other artists are signing their cards right now. There has been a push for them to do it, to get that product out sooner rather than later. To hear him tell the story, he signed all of his cards in 2 days and shipped them back immediately. And he felt like if other artists did the same thing, that we would get that product maybe by the end of the year. But he then went on to say not all artists do what they're supposed to do.
I'd be shocked if we saw Avengers before 2023.
Right. I mean, I was shocked to see Into the Spider-Verse kind of out of nowhere. was happy to see it, but I
It
wasn't.
seems
I
like these
wasn't
MCU
expecting it.
things are just going to crank out here. Like they're just basically almost like they're like kind of just dumping them on the market. Like we just need to get these things out the door.
Look, it's within 7 days of it being released. It's on EPAC, like the trailer comes out for the second movie. So
yeah, but
maybe
I mean they've announced like there's other ones in the pipeline, like Eternals and WandaVision, and I think something
did
else.
you?
Like,
Let me tell you what happened with Wanda. All right, so I ordered a case of WandaVision. I got it for $100 a box. All right, put in my pre-order through. I'm not going to say who through. It's not fair for me to say that. And when Upper Deck just let them know that they ordered, I think, 6 cases, and Upper Deck reduced the order down to 1 box. And the reason why is because supposedly Steel City is buying 50% of the total population of boxes and cases. And so Upper Deck's honoring that order and then cutting everybody else's back.
seems like an odd move by Steel City. It's not like that's like that hot of a product.
According to the person I spoke with, and look, they could be wrong. Okay, this is just one person and this is their experience and their interpretation of it. But they're buying all Marvel at that level. And so because they're buying at that level, they're having a huge influence on who gets what and then ultimately what price it hits us for the first time. I mean, that WandaVision box, that stuff is like, these people were going to get it for like $75, $80 a box. And if you go look at it right now, it's probably what, 150, 175? I haven't looked.
Probably. I know Spider-Verse prices crashed hard fast. Justifiably so. That product should have never been $250 a box.
I think you and I both talked about that early on.
Yeah, I mean, I opened it at that. I bought one to open just to have one on the channel to rip, and it was just like, as soon as I opened it, I'm like, this product should have never been priced at this. It was a joke.
All right, so what do we got going on here in the chats?
Soul had a question, but I don't know if you want to. I'm looking at the cover, but you would have to pull it up if you want to. There's a variant. If you just Google what he wrote, the Big Time Collectibles website will pop up, and you'll be able to see this
All
comic
right, so
book.
this is Venom 15.
Yeah, Venom 15, Big Time Collectibles, and this is the variant by John Jang, Giang, Jang, maybe.
There's a few of them that pop up. What does the cover look like?
It's distorted looking. It looks like red. It's red, distorted. I guess it's Venom, but it looks like Carnage holding on to Miles Morales' head.
I mean, if you have it up, you can just share your screen.
I can't share the screen because on this phone is where I'm on
you're
the
on your phone
link.
and you're looking at your computer. Okay,
yes,
okay.
Correct. Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
All right, I think I know
will
which
catch
one
up.
it is.
I'll catch up to technology soon.
Okay, let's.
Venom 15, John Jang, the exclusive variant.
Is this what we're talking about? This red one?
It's actually not that one. That's really strange. That this is this their main?
It
Scroll
says
down. Just
Big Time Collectibles
Yeah,
collection.
this is the
Venom
page.
15.
Well, go ahead and click any Venom 15 because I don't know why it's not showing you the one that I'm looking at. No, that's definitely not it. Wow. I mean, I'm looking at it, so that's interesting. What happens if I put this link in the chat?
And I should be able to click it, but
you can link it in the private chat.
I mean,
you're
Venom 15 Big Time Collectibles.
On their homepage, if you scroll their homepage, it just pops up on their homepage as like something coming out, and then you can like catch it and click it. There it is right there. This thing. So my opinion, very simple. I don't like it. That's my personal opinion, but it's an interesting one to talk about. I have seen this sort of cover. If you scroll down, it'll be just floating. I think it's just open right there. And so you could just pinch into this and make it larger. Or however you make your screen larger. Command plus, maybe.
Plus.
Command plus, yeah.
Control plus, yeah.
So this 3D looking weird thing, to me, I saw this done on a cover the other day, and then I saw cover after cover after cover, and to me, my personal opinion, it hits me as just gimmick, a passing fad. it's going to be all the rage, and then no one's going to care. They're going to do it to death. It's going to be cover after cover after cover in this style. And quite frankly, I don't think it merits being done to death. Like, I don't think it's very great. I think it's cool. I think it has, like, you know, you look at it like, oh gosh, but oh gosh doesn't necessarily stand the test of time. So just because I was asked my opinion, I'm giving my opinion. But if everyone else likes it, then fantastic. You know, great.
What do you think, Neo?
Yeah, I agree. Thank you.
I think that
you know, I agree with, you know, I'm not hating on anyone that likes it, but
yeah.
Anytime there's like a lot going on, I think people tend to be somewhat attracted to that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
If I was a Carnage fan and I like that kind of crazy villain-esque look, I think I would like it. I'm not a huge Carnage guy, so it's not what I'm attracted to. And is
Good
that
night, my
Toxin
friend.
or Carnage?
I don't have any idea. I don't know who it is. It has the spider on the chest, which is Venom, but it's red, which is Carnage. So I don't know what's going on. And it has spider webs. Carnage doesn't wear spider webs. That's the red Venom for some reason.
Yeah, I think red Venom is known as Toxin, which is not Venom.
Well, yeah, it's Toxin.
Just to quickly answer Scott C's question, no, you should not pay $500 a box for Fleer Ultra Avengers. You could easily get it at $400.
Oh, nice.
And at this point, I wonder if you're almost better to wait post-release.
Oh, wait, Destructive says it's $400 on David Adams right now.
Someone in the chat was asking if $500 is a good price for Fleer Ultra Avengers, and it's definitely not.
Actually, I think what happened is, you know, Fleer Ultra Avengers had went up, and then other places started lowering their price, and David Adams is now price matching if you've already pre-ordered.
No, it's $400 on their site right now. You could go click on it anytime you want.
Yeah, I'm about to.
It never left 400.
It never left 400. Okay.
Yeah, that's where it capped out at. I checked it all the time because I was doing updates on it a lot.
Do you guys remember when Patrick Gleason put out the first web cover? It was a Spider-Man cover. It was all black with the white web for the Spider-Man.
I have it up here.
Right. So me personally, I don't. Which color did you buy, by the way?
Let me put this down. Can you see it up there? It's black. That's the black and white one.
Yeah. So that was the first one. I personally only bought the white one with black. That's the cleanest one to me. The second to cleanest is that black one. But then they did a black and red, a black and royal blue, and then they did this character and that character and this, and that's what's going to happen with these, right? It's flash in the pan sort of thing, and maybe one or two of the primary, like, really great versions might stand a chance to be meaningful down the line. But I correlate them almost directly.
That makes sense. All right, I'm gonna share the Dave and Adam screen. So this is the Marvel Allure. It's at, well, I guess in fairness, I'm logged in, so this is the price.
So you need to log out because the pricing's different.
Let's log out.
My pricing on Fleer Ultra Avengers boxes is different than what is currently posted on the website.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's see if I can get to their non-sports section here. Entertainment. I love how it's the last thing on non-sports. Okay. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got X-Men Metal still at 600. Oh, you can get Fleer Ultra Spider-Man for 7,000. Gems for $749. Man, last year I was buying Flair, 2019 Flair, for $200 a box. All I wanted of it, really. Where's the new stuff? Spider-Man's down to $524 a box. Into the Spider-Verse is down to $139.
So, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
It's so hard for me to do this, and I do because I know I shouldn't stick my nose in. But I was in one of the Marvel Facebook groups just yesterday, and someone was selling Spider-Man metal boxes for $600 a box, and I just wanted to be like, "These are $525 on David Adams."
Yeah, I guess it's a lack of awareness. I don't know. And then, or maybe they are aware and they're trying to take advantage of people who maybe are not aware.
That's why I was just kind of like, okay, just don't stick your nose and just close the app and walk away. Sometimes that's just the right decision.
Yeah, I hate that. Marvel begins at $249, and again, if you click on it, there's still no sell sheet. Does have a description here to some degree, but
We haven't even seen anything on that product. Basically,
we don't know what the cards look like at all.
Yeah. I have 5 boxes of that pre-ordered, I think, at a much cheaper price than that.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered that a long time ago.
So my biggest pre-order of this was from Aussie Collectibles in Australia. And right now, if you use Spider-Man metal as the gauge, it'll be 3 months after the release before I actually get my product. So I'll probably end up buying a few more boxes to have it when it comes out.
I think I paid like $150 for mine. I don't remember.
Allures are $299. And
yeah, $400. It's been at $400 forever.
$400.
I think it'll be cheaper after release. Honestly, I think it comes back down a little bit if you're willing to be patient, or you'll be able to find it cheaper other than David Adams, possibly.
There's WandaVision still at $200.
That seems so high for that. Is Olsen Autos in there or no?
Let's see.
Or do we not have a full?
I think we do have I think it's on the sell sheet.
Because let's be honest, that would be the chase of that product.
Right.
That's not in there. I don't really know. I see the Paul Bettany here, but I very specifically do not see an Elizabeth Olsen one.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay. I guess Catherine Hahn would be a good chase too.
It's not bad, but you can get it in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, but I think people want the auto associated more with that character versus her Doc Ock. You know what I mean?
This is going to be interesting. You got the plexiglass autos, number to 25. That'll be fun. You got the manufacturer SimCell dual autos, number to 15. Warped realities that are going to be numbered to 25 and 10. And then you will have printing plates and sketch cards.
I do believe people in chat are asking about Fleer Ultra having retail. I believe that's 100% confirmed, right?
It is, according to the podcast that was on MCC podcast.
Same with Allure too, right?
Ooh, I don't remember that. I'd have to go back.
Pretty sure they sent blaster boxes for Allure too.
In that same one. Yeah, I think you're right.
The WandaVision thing, same thing. I would wait out prices for that. I cannot see that box selling for more than Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, no, it should.
Into the Spider-Verse was way more popular.
All right, so I think this is new. The updated list of the artists that worked on the set, but there is an artist here that did work on the set that is not listed, and that is Simone Bianchi. He did one card in the set. And more, yeah, he's the and more. He did Venom in the set.
I'm very excited for that product.
It's going to be fun.
I spent too much money on
that. I still only have 13 boxes ordered. So
I have a case. As I say, I have a case. I think I have split pricing on it. I got some at like the low, like at 300, and some at 325. I think.
So Scott C says, like I said, I'm brand new to this. I just bought some cards on Whatnot, and I'm leaving Magic the Gathering. I'm moving disposable income into Marvel cards, so just trying to learn here. It can be a lot to take in, and feel free to hit us up in our. Well, I'll speak for me on Instagram, and we do have a Discord if you want to join it. And there's a Facebook group. There's a couple of them. Marvel Cards and then MCCW, Marvel Card Collectors Worldwide. That might be a good place for you to join and learn. Yeah.
And Justin can speak for me as well, Scott. Hit me up on Instagram whenever you want as well.
Yeah. Ask him about Ultron cards and which ones to chase.
Only ask me about current modern MCU films He's like new here, so he doesn't even know like that. I don't want, yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke, Scott. But you're always welcome to come by the page. You're always welcome to ask any questions for sure.
I've got to tell you, do you remember me saying I have a solution for the fact that you haven't watched the first Iron Man yet? Do you remember that?
Say
Maybe
it again.
you don't. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said I
You
had
had a solution. You said there was a solution. Yeah.
Yes. Well, here the solution was this company reached out to me and was like, "Hey, we have this product. We would like for you to review it. We'll give it to you for free if you do." I'm like, "Well, what is it?" And they take every scene in a movie and they put it on this like board like this long, and it looks like this kind of color motif thing or whatever, but it's every frame of the movie. And you can see how light and dark it gets, and you're literally looking at the entire movie in one picture. And I said, "I'll do it for Manu. Give me Iron Man 1." And they were supposed to send it to me, and then I gave my address and all the things, and then they responded, "Hey, we decided to go a different direction. And I'm not going to get it now. I'm not paying the price for it."
Or it was a scammer. They just wanted.
Neo, are you okay? I'm worried about Neo. Okay, give him a second.
Yeah. Is he? Oh, he's good. Okay.
All right,
He's
I took a
worried about
drink.
it.
I went down the wrong pipe. I almost died on camera.
But don't
Oh,
do that.
God.
I don't want that. I don't want that on me, Ricky Bobby. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, I would like
yeah.
if you can want to see what that looks like. Like that'd be kind of interesting. It's like one of those like novelty gifts, like you give someone a star. You know what I mean? Like here, this star is named after you. Happy Valentine's Day. This
Yeah,
Blur is your favorite movie. Here.
That's exactly right. How do you really know? No, that's exactly right.
I was going to say, do you know that company was legit, or were they just trying to scam you for your personal information?
So I will tell you, I don't know. The website was cool. I didn't have to give them my credit card to put the deal together. But let's see here. Movie.
So,
what was that
I'm
called?
sure you get them. Some of those emails are very sketchy from like potential sponsorship stuff. It's
no,
like,
there's no
are you a
doubt.
Nigerian prince, or do you want me to sponsor a product?
All right, I have to remember which email I went to, actually. All right. I guess I'm going to kind of give them a review here.
I've never heard of this before.
So Movie Palette. That's what it's called. Movie Palette. All right, I got the website pulled up now. Come on. All right. Well, now the website's just spinning.
They shut it down after they got your
They
address.
did. They're like, we're going a different direction. We're closing down the company.
As in, we don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Someone bought something.
Who did?
I'll tell you in just a second. I'm going to 130 point to confirm something. Oh, I didn't, but something big just sold.
You did not.
Something
All right, website is working. Stop that. Present screen. All right, so this is the website, and like in the background here, you see Wizard of Oz. That's all the still frames of the movie on one piece of board.
Right.
So it's just a bunch of lines?
Yeah,
it's just a bunch of lines.
How do you know you're actually getting what you're getting?
You don't.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Interesting.
No, you don't.
But I was still going to get Iron Man and show it to Manu on screen and say, "Hey, you watch it."
I love it. That's when you were like, "I have a solution." I was like, "What sort of screen sharing, like sped up version? What has he got up his sleeve?" This makes
like this is supposedly Star Wars.
I can tell. It's definitely Star Wars. Look, I'm your father.
Spoilers. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. It's all there. So anyways. Hey, I actually wanted to watch the Into the Spider-Verse trailer because I haven't seen the thing.
Yeah. Hit that up.
And I'm gonna do it without sound so we don't get canceled.
Oh.
Or yeah, not canceled. That's not the right word, but
That's copyright. The trailer we can't
If
play.
you don't
right?
monetize the live streams, you're fine.
This one is.
Then you're not fine.
Yep. Okay, so there we go. Boom. Can y'all see that okay? Is that a yes?
Yeah.
I can't see you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know why I thought I couldn't speak. I was like, I got to do this quietly.
Actually, we could do that.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. All right. We're going to break this down. What do we see here?
Miles.
All right. Let's go. Let's break it down. Movie stuff.
I watched this already. The opening part's pretty slow for not having
okay.
sound on.
Is that his girlfriend or his mom?
His mom.
It's his mother.
Okay. That's good to know. Because she looks really young.
So is Miles.
It's like, so is Miles. That's true. This is slow. Good Lord.
It picks, right, it gets super. The first half is like very like plain Jane, then the second half is like boom.
All right, so this is the first movie. This is not.
But you're not hearing what they're saying, so you're missing a very key aspect of this.
Where is the? Hold on. There we go. We got. We can see the words.
Well, they can't because our faces are over them, but you can.
Oh, okay, I got it. I can because I see the. Hey, well, that was cool. Oh.
You could tell we are not professional YouTube reactors.
Oh, we're doing a great
job.
Yeah,
we're not Twitch reactors, right? But apparently people make $1 billion a day doing that. I might just want to start reacting to stuff.
I don't know about 1 billion, but
yeah.
No, yeah.
All right, so he's in some type of realm. All right. Oh wait. Okay, so that's
like 1 million. Yeah.
That's the video game Spider-Man suit. Who's this big hulked out white and blue?
Is that supposed to be Agent Venom? What is that? I don't know.
I actually think I have the action figure to the one sitting next to him. Then you have some Scarlet Spider looking people. Then you have a female spider. Oh yeah. Who's in the screen? Like the people who are like in.
Looks like a steampunk Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, and this one has like the 6-arm thing. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
that'd be a cool breakdown if you knew what you were talking about.
Just billions of Spider-Man.
Okay, so you have a cop, Spidey. So this is like a world where spider people just come and hang out with all other spider people. You might call
it the Spider-Verse.
Oh,
you might call it that.
Oh wait, hey, he's got groceries and a bag over his head.
All the PMGs in the world are right there. He's got all the PMGs in that bag.
Stop. So there's a wolf spider over here to the right. See that?
Oh, it really is.
It's like a wolf with a spider mask on it.
I just
okay. All right, there's Peter B. Parker. He's there. Oh, this is cute. I've seen that. I saw that part before. All right, who's this? That's Vulture. And this is Afro Spidey? I don't know her. Ooh. Hey, that face looks familiar. That looks like an actress face. Who is that? Do y'all know?
I don't know.
I don't either. But 2099 looks cool.
But I know that's Spider-Man 2099, and he's like all over this trailer.
He's the villain, I think. Or the antagonist, I should say. Maybe not the villain.
Oh.
Okay. They're all the spider people are attacking him. Why? Look at Miles.
You gotta see the movie.
Oh, wait. Yeah, they're not gonna give it all to you.
Oh, wait. Okay. All right. I think I'm getting it. Are they blaming him for the Peter Parker dying, and that's caused all of them to come there, and they're mad at him because of it?
I feel like that would be pretty easily debunked, but
okay. All right. There's Miguel, Spider-Man 2099, without a mask on, and he's after Miles too, or as well. Oh, that's cool. It's supposed to cut the okay. I have to listen to that with sound. But it looks like they're definitely blaming Miles Morales for something, and they're all attacking him. Hey, Gabe's here. Gabe's Cave. It might be Marty.
Oh,
Might be Brandon.
what's that? What's that?
Yeah.
Fat belly. That's hilarious.
All right, I missed people's responses here. Hot Mama. I hope Spider-Punk's. Spider-Punk has to be in this. Come on. But this is a 2-part movie.
Oh, he's got
This is part 1 of the second movie. There's going to be a third movie, which is part 2 of the second movie.
Oh, by the way, I just bought a sketch card from Old Man Venom, who's with us as Symbiote Elite, and it's a Spider-Punk on a prison background. I bought it. It's his. He made it. He drew it. It's mine now.
Oh, that is cool. You have to share that when you get it.
Yeah, it should be here in a couple of days. He already shipped it. Thank you for that, my friend. That was quick.
What is going on? Marty, let me know if that's you. They are 6 figures reacting to the video. I don't know what he's talking about. Sick. Yeah, I'm just going through the comments because I missed them while I was watching the video. Is that a security guard mall cop Spidey? It did look like it. Grocery bag Spidey. So if you're familiar with the storyline, Peter Parker doesn't have a suit, so he puts on a Fantastic Four suit, and for a mask, he puts on a grocery paper sack, and he's like Baghead Spidey. Ryan likes to break down almost frame by frame. Okay, thank you. They have a Spider-Man Funko Pop with a paper sack over his head. It's a Walgreens exclusive. Yeah, and like I was saying, they just did the Marvel Legends version of that.
And then I will, Ryan, not a few people. Anyway, Ryan asked, he said 9.9, what was the big item that sold? I'm excited because it was an SDCC Wizard 9.8. It was listed for $8,700 and something, and it sold for $6,500. So
very cool.
Let's put another decent size 9.8 Wizard sale on the board, and I'm super happy to see it. Wizard prices are going to be all over the place, but $6,500 for an SDCC 9.8, you gotta love to see it.
Yeah, I like it. Let's see, Moreland is definitely going to be the villain. I would love to see that. Moreland is a spider hunter who hunts them through the Spider-Verse. That's his thing. Let's see. I got that. Perhaps Miles and Gwen are villains. I just think they're like viewed as the bad guys before they're viewed as the good guys. What's that, Neo?
They're just misunderstood.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, it is Marty.
Yo, Marty, what's up?
My favorite video that I did on the channel, which was a reaction, was with Billy, which is Watch Me Open. I go to his channel and we're watching the most recent Spider-Man No Way Home. And we're watching it, and he's watching the screen, and he's in awe. Like, he's just like, oh wow, like he's having all these reactions, and he's not aware of the fact that we can't hear it at all. So we go through the whole thing, and at the end he's like, what did you think? And we're like, we don't know, we couldn't hear it. He forgot to turn the sound on for StreamYard where it'll play the sound. It was quite the reaction. So Marty says, make sure everyone goes to Gabe's Cave on YouTube before Friday. Gary Garcia is the artist spotlight of the week. He painted a Darth Maul card, and we had Ray Park sign it. And I actually have a photo of it, I think. Let's see here. Sure, volume's turned down. So if you're not aware, Gabe's Cave gives away sketch cards every week. It's really pretty incredible. And what they're giving away this week is, let's see here, where's that? Here we go. All right. I got it here, Marty. See if I can get my screen to turn around. There we go. Can y'all see that?
I've got another sale to report when we're done with this segment.
See it there?
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah. That's the mask.
And he had Ray Park, the actor for Maul, sign it. So you can, if you go to Gabe's Cave Instagram or YouTube, you can fill out a form and be able to win that. So that's pretty cool. And they pay artists to do sketches every week, and they give them away. While I was there at Gabe's Cave, this is actually also pretty cool. Are you a fan? Are you familiar with Stray Dogs, the comic book?
Familiar with, enjoyed some of the covers, never opened one up, have no idea what the story is, but that's all I got.
I'm in the exact same place.
One of the creators lives here where I live.
Oh, cool.
And I've got his phone number. We're supposed to go have lunch soon. And he was at Gabe's cave.
Nice.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
You already knew him prior, and then you ran into him at Gabe's cave.
Oh, I did not know him.
Oh,
I only knew that he even, like, he's from Los Angeles. He moved here. And he's just like, he's here now for whatever reason. I haven't got that deep into his story. But he's friends with Gabe's cave. And so so Marty told me that it's Tone Rodriguez. I'll tell you who it is. Told me that Tone lives around here. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, you know, I remember when Stray Dogs like really blew up.
Right.
And anyways, he lives around here.
It certainly did.
Ryan's like, the Jerry Garcia? I guess so. I imagine that's what they mean, like the Jerry Garcia.
Having deja vu. I don't. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I gotta sneak out pretty soon, but I have a question before I sneak out.
Yeah.
Do you have? And if you're gonna do a video on this, feel free to delay to that video. Do you have like a favorite moment in collectibles from this year?
I've been thinking about that, and I don't know that I have the answer yet, because I would like to do like top moments of the year.
That came to your mind when I asked the question?
It's got to be whenever Alonzo hit the AF-15 on the channel. It's like my first thought. That's like if you're talking about like a moment, like a specific individual spot in time, there's like events that culminated, like that might mean a little more to me personally. But to me, that was like, and as I say that, I'm thinking of other things that happened that are really special too. It's going to be a tough video for me to put together.
And then my other question was going to be, because I recorded this video actually right before I hopped on here.
Yeah.
It'll go up later this week. Did you, and I don't know if you guys do this or not. So I made a list of the top 10 things I was chasing for like 2022. And I recorded it last year and put it out. So I went back through that video today and like, you know, discussed which ones I got and which ones I didn't. Did you do anything like that for this year? Or do you put anything like that together?
No, I didn't. I would have. I mean, that's a great idea. So you just sat down.
Well,
and
there's a video idea for you. Write that. Tell Chat GP whatever the hell it's called. So it's I did it last year. I'm going to do it again this year. It'll be like the top 10 things you're targeting for this upcoming year.
All right, I like that. I'll put that down.
It's nice because then next year you get to go back and review the one from the previous year. So like I talked about like the ones I got, the ones I didn't get, the ones that are probably falling off the list, and then some of them will probably carry over to this one.
No,
so I was going to ask if there was like a big collecting. Was there a collecting goal you had for 2022 that you achieved? And I'm going to preface this by going into the year. Obviously, things change once the year starts, but
going into the year, because I started the process in 2021 with Spider-Man Metal, and that was to get an AF-15 comic cut. And
obviously mission accomplished on that one.
Yeah, that was the big one.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that one definitely happened, and it's one of my favorite moments too.
Manu, did you have one? Did you have like a goal for this year to like achieve something collection wise?
Yeah, I had several. There wasn't like any one, but I achieved a few of them. Like obviously I wanted to personally 9-8 Wizards. So that was a great feeling of accomplishment, because one thing to buy, but it's another to personally grade into one. And so those are really great. That Maximum Carnage Acclaim book, the 9-8 yellow label signed by Sienkiewicz, that has been a multi-year goal for me. And they didn't even exist last year. There were none on the census. So my goal was to create it, and I wasn't able to. So acquiring one that a friend of mine, you know, was able to accomplish, that felt really good. A lot of that sort of stuff. And then just to think about the year in general and the good feelings of it, you know, meeting Justin, being invited onto the channel, and having this weekly group discussion that we do on YouTube is pretty standout, right? And that was not a part of my goals, because I couldn't have predicted that it was going to happen. But I'm really happy that that's happened. I'm happy that we've had a consistency in that. That feels really special. So I would just like to say I feel really fortunate and really grateful, because it's been quite an extraordinary year. So I appreciate that question, because it's made me think, and there's a lot of stuff to be really happy about. So yeah, a lot.
That'd be a good. There's your episode topic for the week between Christmas and New Year's.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do. I actually want to go through all of the box openings and pull out the biggest hit of each opening and put that in one video. I think that'd be fun.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Well, yes. From an editing standpoint, I would enjoy putting that together. The time,
take a lot of
to put it
time. That take
together.
a ton of time.
Yeah, it would take a ton of time. But
I think
you know,
mine, just real quick, were like in terms of like Insta things, like hit things, was the AF-15 and then the 4 PMG box.
yeah, the 4
Oh,
p.m.
yeah.
Like yeah, so that
That
was
might
up
be the
there.
most wild thing. Like, don't get me. I don't want to take away from the AF-15
No,
thing, but like
that's supposed to happen. But the 4 PMGs
the 4 PMGs in a box thing was freaking wild. Like those happened, I think, in the same week or very close to each other.
Oh, that was yeah. September as a whole for me, from a content creator standpoint, was super awesome.
And I'm gonna go back. One of my favorite, and this kind of goes back to one of your other things. It was more like a culmination of things, and it was so long ago that it almost feels like it wasn't this year. Was Atlanta?
I was gonna say meeting me in Atlanta had to be a top for you, right?
Well, just in general, like all of us being in Atlanta, because there was a ton of like that was kind of like the first.
That was the first Marvel content
kind of like
creator
group
get
meeting
together.
of like everybody. I mean, not everybody. You know, there were some people who couldn't make it, but like a good portion of people made it to that Atlanta show.
I love that, and I'm with you. It seems like a long time ago, but it was this year. But yeah, that was
I mean, it was February, or was it February or January?
That was February, end of February.
Yeah, so it almost was a full year ago it does feel like it feels like 3 lifetimes ago.
Yep, for sure. The Dallas, like the first Dallas trip that I did was really awesome. I don't know, that's the first time, like, because that was in comparison to the previous time I'd been to Dallas when no one would talk to me about Marvel cards. I was basically scoffed at. And then the next time in January when I go, it's like everybody wanted to talk about Marvel cards, and it went from not being talked about to being at the golden table, which I thought was a pretty big moment. So,
are you guys? And I'll sneak out after this one. Are you guys going to the National
next year in Chicago?
Yes, next year.
Yeah, sorry, the upcoming one.
Yeah, 2023.
I have an intention to go. Yes.
Okay, Manu, do you have any interest in the National, or I don't know where you live, so I don't know how bad Chicago travel is for you.
I mean, I live in California.
Okay, so
it's
a pain in the butt.
A pain in the butt. I have an interest, but knowing me, I don't know that I'm going to put the effort into actually making the travel happen, and I'm going to be fine with that because the energy is still going to be felt through what you guys are doing. So probably won't.
Yeah. I do already have my ticket for San Diego Comic-Con, and those are pretty close together. And from a work and family standpoint, that's what I got to navigate.
Gotcha. I was going to say, if you're thinking about the National, hotels are getting short quick.
Like, you mean go ahead and book it now?
I booked mine 6 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Holy smokes. Okay. I mean,
there's been a lot of chatter recently in some of the sports card discords that I'm in about people like going to get hotels because it's still 6 months away, or actually it's like 8 months away.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, wow, there's not a lot of room availability. And for the Chicago National, you kind of want to stay on site.
Yeah. Well, send me the hotel information if you don't mind. Because I can always
the one I'm in
give it to someone else.
The one I'm in is already booked.
What'd you say?
The one I'm in is already booked full.
Are you serious?
Yeah. There's like 10 hotels because of the way the convention center is set up. There's like a whole.
So those are the hotels.
But you might, if you're thinking about it, you might want to at least book something that's cancelable.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
But there's like 10 hotels that you could literally walk across the street and you're in the convention center.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and
it's going back to Chicago?
Yeah, it's in Chicago this year.
So it's gonna that's really cool.
Then the year after is in Cleveland, which is an hour drive for me.
Wait, that feels new. Like that's not.
It used to be in Cleveland all the time. It's coming back for the first time in a while.
Oh.
It used to rotate between Atlantic City, Cleveland, and Chicago.
Okay.
It would be in one of those. It would go from 1 to 1 to 1, and then Cleveland got taken out of the rotation because the IX Center went bankrupt for a few years, but it's open again.
That'll do it.
But I'm excited for that one because I don't have to travel.
You know, yeah, I can just come stay at your place.
It's hour drive, but sure.
Worth it. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I kind of wanted to throw that out there because of there's been hotel chatter this week. And then the thing is once that chatter starts, everyone's like, oh crap, I better run and go book mine.
Yeah, I can imagine. So yeah, I imagine Airbnb is a thing. I just don't know how many they have downtown.
It's not downtown. That's the thing.
Oh, so you have to do the hotels or
the Chicago Convention Center is right next to the airport, which is not downtown, which is good for travel because you don't need to rent a car. Like you can it's like a 3-minute Uber from O'Hare to where the National is.
Cool.
But yeah, and then are you going back to New York City Comic Con this year? Do you think, or is that too far out?
My brain hasn't even thought about that.
I don't know if I want to go again. I just don't know if I want to do it like as a yearly thing.
The trips that I already have planned next year, depending on schedule, Dallas, Atlanta. I'm going to Phoenix, Arizona in January. I'm going to Lake Tahoe in March. Then I'm going to the British Columbia, Victoria, Canada in June. Then I'll have San Diego Comic-Con, I think, in July. And that's about as far as my brain has gotten from a scheduling standpoint.
That's pretty far, so kudos.
Yeah.
To answer someone's question, Dallas is nowhere near the size of the National.
Yeah, that was Gabe's Cave. Marty was asking that.
Yeah. The National
the
National is about the size of New York City Comic-Con, the main floor, I would say. To give you, because you've been there, Justin, so you have some perspective on how big that room was.
Say that one more time. I'm sorry, couldn't hear.
The National is about the same size as the main floor at New York City Comic Con.
Yeah, New York City Comic Con was massive. I mean, I was there for 3 days, and I feel like I only saw about 2/3 of it.
Yes, I agree. I was there for two days, and I never even got downstairs.
Yeah, it's. It was a bit overwhelming, and I didn't even really look at everything. That was just me just running around all the time. But there's reasons for that. But
yeah, I would definitely like to go to. I don't have anything booked, but I for sure want to go back to Charlotte again. I had a lot of fun in Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte was fun and a pretty easy trip.
That felt more low key too. Like I could actually like see the whole thing. I could shop if I wanted to. Like I could get the booths if I wanted to. Kind of hang out. Like New York City
hotels were right there. We could walk all the way.
Like NYCC just felt like a rat race in a good way.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a different vibe and energy. If I was looking to like find and buy collectibles, I think I'd rather do that in Charlotte than 100%. I would New York. Which Dallas? There's a Dallas show in January, right?
I think so.
I think there typically is. As long as it's not during the week, the week of the 12th, the 13th, 14th, the 15th, then yes, I'll go to Dallas. But if it is that week, then I'll probably miss it because I'll be in Phoenix.
So
I'm interested to. I'll just say I'm just really interested to see what the Marvel card vibe is at that January show in Dallas.
I think the non-sports thing is definitely carved out its little niche now. Like it's not going anywhere. It'll probably float around a little bit between Marvel and some of the other ones. Like I don't know, it's going to be as Marvel heavy as now. Kind of like Star Wars has also kind of crept into that space. You know what I mean? But I think non-sports as a category in general now have carved out like at least a mini section at any of the major shows. Like even at the National, like I saw not a ton of Marvel, but some scattered in amongst other stuff. But you'd see like tables that had a whole case of Game of Thrones or a bunch of Star Wars stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're definitely seeing the non-sports card I don't want to say invasion's way too strong of a word, but it's definitely starting to creep in on the edges, at least of the bigger shows.
And that makes me happy. Yeah, because I want to be able to find it. I want to be able to take some money, walk into a show, and if I want to buy a Marvel card, that's that at least it's available in some form or fashion.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see if it creeps in the Comic Cons more because it really hasn't.
Man, that was so disappointing to see other trading cards be well represented at New York Comic Con, and comic cards were not well represented at Comic Con. It just blows my mind. Where are you at, Upper Deck? Had it not been for alpha cards in their display, which I know that was a well representation, but to me, that's not what I mean. I mean upper deck. Yeah.
I mean, Topps had a decent presence with Star Wars stuff.
Topps did. MetaZoo did. I know Marvel Snap isn't physical trading cards, but I was blown away at their display. I wish I'd understood Marvel Snap then like I do now.
I didn't even look at that booth at all, and now I need I need help with that. Like I have an addiction. Like I have problems.
We have problems.
But at NYCC, I never looked at that booth once. I was like, "What the hell is this thing? This looks stupid."
The big Tesseract.
Like, I do.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
I was just thinking, I'm like, oh, it's after 10 p.m. I need to go check to see what the quests were for today and to see what the new hero is in the store to buy with tokens to see if something came up that I needed. Nope, Wasp. I'm good.
You're good. But no, I would love to have reapproached that booth a little differently now. All I did is I used it as an example of what is this? Who knows? It's Marvel Snap, it's digital trading cards. Why are they here and why is not upper deck? That's all I saw when I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Marvel itself had a bigger presence with the pins.
Yeah, they did.
I'm still missing that
such
one
a big
pin.
hit.
If you ever see that pin, Justin, just insta buy it.
This one?
Which one are you missing? The 91? Yeah.
I need that one. If anyone has that pin, slide into my DMs. I have a saved eBay search. I have been searching since the day we left NYCC. One popped
It's
up
like
and
that?
sold and I missed it.
Yeah. They say that it was the same odds for each one, but that is not true. We opened it.
Justin and I opened 30 of those things and we hit 0 of them.
Right.
But to be fair,
I had to trade for mine.
Any pins pop up on very few of the pins have hit eBay, period, full stop.
Do you see Nige posted hers? She took the cards off.
One of them made it to England. Yeah.
Yeah. She got
what did she do with hers? I missed that.
She put it on a piece of clothing, I think.
She had it on the lapel. Yeah, she put it on the lapel of a pink corduroy sport jacket.
I've been debating what to pin mine to, but that it wouldn't get on my nerves that it was pinned to.
A denim jacket. That's what I was
thinking,
did.
like a strap on like a backpack or something, but I need to put it somewhere where it's not gonna like dig into a body part.
Yeah, I bought a whole bag, 4 pins.
Because those pins are beefy.
Yeah.
I bought this bag.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And I was like, I'll just pin everything to this. But man, I can't. I put this on. I just can't do it. I just can't walk around with it on for some reason.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that one.
It was like a great idea, but then
that looks like a purse, not a bag.
Yeah. But it's made for pins. Like that's what it's like made for.
Whatever you need to tell yourself to sleep at night.
I was like, look, I'll put my card stuff in it. And man, I haven't worn it once.
I don't smart decision.
Marty, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Earlier on, you said.
Yeah, I wanted to get that for Marty.
Thank you.
Marty said yes. Let's get Manu on, and he told me to give you his number, which I'll gladly do.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
I didn't see that comment. Appreciate it.
All right, boys, I'm gonna sneak out the side door here because I got to get up early for work tomorrow. So
peace, my friend.
Any time that I'm available, I'll gladly come on and BS with you boys for a while and chat.
Very nice hanging with you, my man.
Keep up the great work, my friend.
I'm sure I'll talk to you both before Christmas, but Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to chat and everybody.
All right, thanks, bud.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. See you later.
Bye. Okay, so we've got to talk about this. Marvel Snap music video. Did you watch this?
No, I didn't know there was a music video.
I've already posted the song in my story twice now. I'm going to do it about 11 more times probably because I like it so much.
Okay.
Let me pull it up here. Marvel Snap music. It's called Hero. And it is. I don't know. I've been so taken by this this song. I'm not going to play the song because again, it'll YouTube may shut the video down.
Oh.
But let's see. Yeah, sound's not on. So this is a whole animated video. I'm just gonna let it play. But I actually really like the song. So that's the game. He's playing the game.
Right.
The song is actually really good. But the
I
art,
can't wait to hear it.
yeah, you'll have to hear it. But anyways, I think the art's pretty cool. We'll let it play for a few minutes and I'll turn it off because we don't do reviews very well. But it like gives me some hope that there might be some good animated shows maybe that come out later with this style of art. So you got Storm fighting Black Panther. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You aware of their love affair?
I had no idea.
Yeah, that's why they're doing this.
Wow.
Anyway, let's see who he shows next. That's his girl. He's trying to get to her. There's a line in here. He says, "Love won't last in the dark." And I just really love that line. So you got Gambit and Rogue and that almost that X-Men 97 style. House of Cards comes down.
Very cool. I'm loving the animation. This is like all different styles of animation.
All different
There's all
styles.
kinds of artists. Yeah.
So here we get the Scotty Young style.
Mm-hmm.
Spidey. And
look at that. I love him flying forward like that.
Oh, he saves Mary Jane. Yay.
That guy's got pizzazz.
Watch this. I love this. It's always the water that gets Sandman. He's a pile of mud. Now look, 90s art, kind of arcade style with Daredevil. Yeah. Isn't that cool?
This is excellent. I can't wait to hear it. Wow. I had no idea this existed.
Yeah. And you got Hella, Angelie, and who is this? I can't remember who the other one is. I think that may be Sith. And then let's see, what else do you have? Oh yeah, you got Vision and Wanda. Oh, that's sad. He finally gets to his girl. And then look at this. Doom and Mr. Fantastic going at it. Bam. Love won't last in the dark. There you go. That's the end.
Back to the cool recording studio.
Yeah.
Dude.
Isn't that fun?
Brilliant. And I didn't even hear it and I loved it.
Yeah, the song's gonna add, I think, some to it. I'd probably listened to the song 100 times.
You don't care to sing it for us, do you?
No, because I'm not a singer. But the what I like about the song, are you into Imagine Dragons?
There's some songs that I know, but I couldn't like give you a catalog of their music or anything.
Yeah,
like
so
that.
it's in that style. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they were not, a part of it in some way.
Yeah.
But it's Martin Garrix and JVKE. It looks like Juke, but it's with a V.
Oh, that's A. That's how the cool kids write A. So that's Jake.
Jake. Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Justin, you can hum a few bars. Let's see. Do I have the lyrics here? I don't want to share it. Why is it doing the share thing? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. Let's see here.
You're about to. He almost had you.
No. I'm going to read it. I really do like these lines. Because he says this statement. He goes, place your bets when it all comes down, fold your cards, and you blame it on the house. And I love that line because he's like, you fold your hand, but you blame the house. And it's kind of this, if you got to listen to the whole song, but this idea of you want a hero, but you don't want the hero you got, anyways, you have to listen to it. It's cool.
I will. I'm definitely going to listen to it. Ryan McKenna says Spidey and 9.9. When are you guys starting a podcast? We need more Marvel Collectibles pods.
You want me to talk? You want to talk?
Yeah, no, yeah. You
well, so I mean, this is a podcast. We do a lot of visualizations here, or we show a lot of things. So if you convert this into a podcast, it wouldn't have the same impact that other podcasts have when they know they're going to be all audio. But we definitely need to turn this into a podcast for people to enjoy in other formats that they like to consume content. And there is an intention to do that in 2023. So,
right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ryan says you can do short intervals. Your intention is not to make money, but engage. I think he's talking about like music, letting the music come through a little bit here and there, but I don't know the, real parameters there.
He's not wrong. I think it's like 6 seconds.
Okay.
So
Cards and Metal, what's up? Appreciate it. He said it's been a busy night, but he wanted to stop by and say hi. Appreciate that.
Can't you see you're not ready? My arms are getting heavy from the weight of the world.
That's gonna be good. I mean, see, I like that. Yeah, okay.
All right. So now I gotta like fast forward it because it will definitely do the thing it does. Hold on, let me turn that down. Get to the song. Come on, what are you doing, phone? Oh, that's not what I want to do. It's not letting me like fast forward the song for some reason. Anyways, I'll let it play for a second. I'll turn it up again in a minute. But it's a great song. I like it. Cards, Metal, fair use copyright allows for reaction of content. Yes, but I don't think it allows for you to hear it. That's why when you see a lot of these reaction videos, are like news videos, like they're showing the movie clips, but you don't hear the sound of it. And if you do hear sound, I think you can do 6 seconds at a time and it won't copyright it. You froze.
You know what's interesting about that? Like I'm thinking back. Oh, am I here? Am I home?
There you are.
Are you with me? What's interesting about what you just said, I'm just going to look into it because I've totally watched YouTube reaction videos of other music videos and the whole video. I mean, I can hear that it is playing.
No, you can, but it won't be monetized.
It won't be monetized. Right.
I don't think so. So hold on. He says, all right. So he says, plug the link and watch video. Oh, so that's how it won't be monetized. Oh, well, that's interesting. So how do you plug it? Like in the description?
Oh, just give credit and you're good then? Just be like, this is from here. And that's what I'm reacting to. So go watch it and show love over there too.
Interesting. Okay. Well, without plugging it, you can do it in short segments. So there's that. Okay. Well, look, let's just try it. I know last time I played something on a live stream, it was with if it's a pop song, you got issues. Okay. Well, we're going to let everybody listen to it then. But when I did it I don't know if you remember when Sketchcar was building a Lego set and we went live while he was building it. I then played an SNL skit like through YouTube on the live stream and they locked it up. Like you can't even find the video.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's what I'm not worried about not making money. That's not my point. Like
no, but we want the video to be there. Yeah.
You can't even find it. And so, well, we'll take a chance. A bit of a risk taker.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start over here.
Can't you see you're not ready? My arms are getting heavy from the weight of the world.
It's Poppy.
Up to me and I'm getting sweaty. Is it too much to hold? 1,000 voices whisper noise. They play my fall from grace.
What you think so far, Manu?
Oh, I know. Say you want a hero. You don't. Say you want a savior. Oh, you want the ground. Say you want to blame me when you fall.
You can hear the Imagine Dragons 5.
Oh, I know. Don't want to be a hero. Oh, no. When's it gonna sink in that we're sinking and falling apart? 'Cause love don't last in the dark.
Like those Transformers.
Can't you see you got old? You waited too long and you let time go. Place your bets when it all comes down. Fold your cards and you blame the house. 1,000 voices whisper noise. They play my fall from grace. Oh, I know. Say you want a hero, you don't. Say you want to save your boy, you want the ground. Now you want to blame me when you're falling down. Oh, I know. Don't want to be a hero. Oh no, when's it gonna sink in that we're sinking and falling apart? 'Cause love don't last in the dark. Love don't last in the dark. Can't you see you got old? You waited too long and you let time go. Place your bets when it all comes down. Fold your cards and you blame the house. Oh, I know. Say you want a hero, you don't. Say you want to save your boy, you want the ground. Now you want to blame me when you're falling down. Oh, I know. Don't want to be a hero. Oh no, when's it gonna sink in that we're sinking and falling apart? It's not don't last in the dark.
There you go.
That was a really great song. My favorite line in the whole thing is a very simple one. You say you want a hero, you don't. I just love that line. Simple is delivered beautifully. I like it.
Oh, it's still playing in my background. Let me pause it. Sorry.
That was top tier quality stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I'm just like, okay, did they write this specifically for Marvel Snap? Because they released it. It did, like, from what I can tell, that song released through Marvel Snap's YouTube channel.
Keith, I was hearing the Maroon 5 guy's voice in there, and that's Levine. That's what he's saying there. He's combining those two. Yes, nicely grabbed and put together. Yes.
And so I'm like, if they did actually write that for the Marvel Snap game, it just shows you the belief that Marvel has in that app right now, and the money that they're throwing at it is intense.
Yeah, and completely happening without me knowing anything or having any connection to it. But I remember when you guys first started talking about it, I remember how engaged you became right away. And then ever since then, I've seen the community react, and I've seen advancements made within the game, because I remember things happening recently where they're now contracting, popular artists to do like their own iterations of the cards and stuff. And so I guess it's its own thing, and it grew legs, and now we'll see what it becomes.
All right. So big picture, it's a Marvel Snap app that use Marvel card with art being the main focus of the card itself as the game. So I think it actually creates a lot of potential fuel for the fire for Marvel trading cards itself. I know it's a totally different medium, but I just think that there could be some cross-pollination there at some point in the future, which is why you've heard me say repeatedly, what if Upper Deck did a Marvel Snap trading card set? And what if they put it in Walmart and Target? What happens?
How could they not do that now? It seems like that makes perfect sense. Like the way that like you just described it, that makes perfect sense. You already got people addicted to the game, loving the art. A card set makes all the sense. So does a shirt, so does an action figure, so does a video game, so does all of it.
It's good art too. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it's like the greatest art ever made.
But I saw one of those Momoko things. It was dope. I think I saw Peach Momoko.
Better than that.
Yeah, but by a long shot.
So, and it's original art that was for the game. And let me tell you, like, that becomes pretty special long term.
Yeah, I could see that.
It does. And so, anyways, like I'm excited about the possibility of that happening. And if Upper Deck doesn't do it, maybe there's a reason why, and I'm not aware of that reason. But if it's just because they're not thinking through it, that's not good.
Oh, Keith just said something interesting.
Some insight on the art variants. The artists were asked to do pieces, and they were never told what it was even for. Peach had no clue her art was for a game until it came out. Interesting.
Yeah.
And I tell you, for Peach, that might seem like a slight, but for other artists, that was a big boost that they got connected with the game. So you could kind of look at that both ways.
Mm-hmm. Jamie said, "Who's the artist for Snap cards?" Like everybody, right? Like
Many artists, many artists. And you can, I mean, I think I did this like hashtag Marvel Snap on Instagram and began to discover the artist.
oh, yeah.
Yep. So he says, Destructive Collectible says, would you put tribute on the cards and make them completely payable or make it an art set? So my brain goes to an art set, but I definitely think that what Marvel or Upper Deck would want would be a playable set.
What is that black thing on the ceiling? Oh, he's got a little security cam up there in the corner.
I do. You like my wife can watch me right now.
Hi.
And if you decide to come in the room, I will watch you.
Goes both ways.
Yep.
But it's just funny that your surveillance camera actually looks like a Target or Walmart surveillance camera. Like you couldn't find mine. That's like, look at it.
Oh, it's very much there. And it's definitely not Target or Walmart.
No, I mean like when you go into a retail location, there's
Oh, you mean like
an eye watching
I
you.
got you. Yeah, no,
You
it's it's the real deal.
Yeah.
Is there a list of the artists? Jamie H, I'm with you. If there is, I'm not aware of it. And I don't have the names memorized, and I'm also trying to get some original art, so I'm just not in the place where I want to say it live on camera right now.
Can you tell me what hooks you to the game? Just like from your perspective, someone that really enjoys it, what's the
I
summation
can play
for me to try
around
to-
and I can play around in 2 minutes and set it down and be done. So for someone like me who's constantly got stuff going on all the time and I can't give myself entirely to something, like I can literally just play a quick round and be done.
That's
a
what
few
Ryan
rounds.
said. He said it's fast.
It's just fast. That is the essence and beauty of the game, and it's strategic, but it's not overly. Like for some like gamers, they're probably going to play and be like, "That is the dumbest thing. Why does anybody want to do that?" But for someone who has a busy life but who loves the theme and likes a little bit of strategy, it's fun.
Cool.
And it does grow. Like it builds on itself. Like you're doing some stuff. Yes, it's good.
And they're bringing in the community aspect, right? Like currently it's not that way, but they're bringing that in.
Yeah, like if, like we could play each other one night for a few rounds.
Right.
That's going to be interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, the art's cool. Yeah, there's a number of different things I like about it. Grindstone is hooked. Key says he haven't paid a cent and he's at 900. I have purchased one thing on there. I'm at 375 or something like that.
What are some of the things that you buy? Like you buy like power sets or something?
Yeah, it's just like it speeds up access to things. So here, I'll show you. So this is that's where they're making their money, right? Because the game is free. And there's no advertisement that I can think of in the game. So it's all people buying level ups. But
the whole game is an advertisement.
Yeah. Yep. Always be selling. So if you wanted to buy something, let's see, where do I go to buy? So it has this aspect, like, and you can upgrade your Captain America card,
Mm-hmm.
You can get in the video, that was Rogue and Gambit. Now you can get them for $29.99. Yeah. And then
dang, they're charging a lot for the little digital. You said $29.99?
Yeah.
Oh, that's no joke.
You can buy gold. Gold helps you get stuff. $4.99 to $9.99.
Payment is whatever you want to pay with. PayPal, credit card, doesn't matter. Just
mine's connected to my Apple Pay, so Apple Pay is connected to my debit card, so that's how I did it. I don't know that you can hook it up to PayPal, but like you can level stuff up. Like I'm going to level up him. I said I'm going to do it. Hit the button. There it goes. So he levels up. Now the art's a little different on the card.
Okay. You got Sandman thwipping. Is he thwipping? Sandman's not supposed to thwip.
It looks like he is. And let's see. I'm gonna see what's my favorite art. Let's do that. I like the Scarlet Witch. I found that artist online. Come on.
Oh, that looks good. The art has been really great. Every bit of art I've seen has been exciting.
Yeah, let me make myself bigger here so I can show you. Let's see. What else do I like? Doctor Strange is all right for Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking.
Come on, focus. Oh, speaking of Doctor Strange, I bought the new Marvel Midnight Suns video game. Terrible. Probably the worst
What
purchase I
console
made
is
all
that
year.
for?
I did it for PlayStation 5.
5? That's what we're on now? PlayStation 5?
Isn't it 5? Yeah. Not 4. Yeah, 5. Oh, it's terrible. I just do not like it at all. And by the way, it uses cards too. Like you have to use cards to do the actions in the game. It's so slow and terrible.
In the video game?
Yes, it's horrible. I get so mad about it. Here's the Wolverine art. It's okay. Wolverine art's okay.
I like it.
It's got that
Okay.
90s vibe. A little bit bigger of a jaw than I typically like.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah, it's got it, but it feels real 90s. It definitely feels, the
Yeah.
colors feel 90s, the vibrance of it. I'm
curious how you
really
feel about
appreciate
this Carnage.
it. Give me a second to live with it, and let me wait until it. Okay, there it is, clear there. Now let me wait until it pops up on the screen, and I will give you my full honest. Give me a second. I don't want to react quickly.
Mhm.
I don't like his head too much. I mean, I don't mind it. It's not like my absolute favorite, but I don't mind it. Is there some motion element to it? Like when you
It's
move it
3D.
around?
Yeah.
Get out of here. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's 3D.
I like this Carnage. I like the Carnage. I do. Yeah.
So
I like it.
now the 3D is like an upgrade, like you're upgrading your cards as you go in terms of its appearance. Where is
Yeah, I'm
Hulk?
into
I
it.
really like Hulk. There it is.
It wasn't the most Carnage face, but everything else came together real good. I like it.
Right.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, I like that Hulk.
Dude, the art in this set is like they cared. They absolutely cared.
Mm-hmm. Surfer.
They went into this knowing that it had a big chance of being a big deal. This surfer art was interesting. I think I saw this. Sorry, you were gonna say?
Yeah, no, I'm just agreeing with you.
I saw this on Noren's page, and I don't remember exactly what I noticed, but there was like one iteration of the art where his mouth was open, and then the art that made it, they closed his mouth.
Interesting. I think that's a variant of this.
Oh, okay.
Because like
I'm loving the
see how
3D aspect. I didn't know it did that.
Yeah, like I said, you got to upgrade to it. So like that's Hawkeye, but then they have the variant to it, and like a kind of a kitty.
But an entirely different, yeah. Oh yeah. I'll show
Mhm.
you. I'll show you what I was talking about. Maybe it might have been on Noren's story, but we'll find it. It's interesting.
This is White Queen.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool card. I think like this is the variant to the Iron Man. That's not the actual one.
Okay.
We're not seeing it because it's not in my hand. So let me show you like my deck.
And if you have a Venom to show, I'd be really curious.
So I have a Venom type to show you, and you're gonna hate it.
Oh no. Wait, what is that? That's Venom Craven? What is this? Cravenom? Cravenom? That's interesting.
I'm just not a fan.
I don't understand what it is. Is this an actual
It's
like
Craven,
character?
but
This
he's
is
in a
like,
Venom symbiote suit.
so the symbiote took over. It's interesting. It's like seeing a symbiote with a lion's mane. It's like saber-tooth Venom.
Look who they put in the game.
Superman.
Blue Marvel.
Oh yeah.
You know I love Blue Marvel. Adam Brazier.
You you actually love Blue Marvel.
Yes, very much.
I think I knew that. I know
Briefly,
that
I
you
tried.
love Dark Phoenix. I know that.
I
That's
do.
the Iron Man. Yeah.
So what I've loved Blue Marvel for a long time now, and have I shared this on the channel? Did I share that the creator of Blue Marvel um, is someone that I now have his cell phone number and we've talked?
I feel like early on, like in the first 5 episodes, I feel like that
Yeah,
came up
when did that happen?
because we talked about Blue Marvel really early on.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember.
But
Yeah, rumor is Blue
maybe I'm
Marvel's
just
coming to the
remembering.
MCU, and I do think that will happen. But that's Kevin Graveau is his name. But he is a strong man of faith, and we connected over because of that.
I think I recall that.
Yeah, and anyways, I got to talk to him. He told me his story, his testimony. It was really, really cool. I would actually love to do I don't want to call it a Christmas special, but anyways, I just love to have a conversation with him on the channel one day. I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do remember that. And Keith is saying that you did speak about that. Speaking of Christmas, are you doing the 12 breaks? Is that
No, no, it's too late.
okay?
That would have started yesterday, and I don't have the boxes for it.
What's the date today?
The 13th.
It's literally would have started yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Venom Fabio edition.
Yeah. I just never saw it before, but the Venom aspect of it, like the Venom part of it was done in a cool Venom way, but I just never saw that before. Interesting.
I have not seen the Ultimate Blue Marvel artwork. Are you talking about for Marvel Snap or are you talking about for the comic book?
Sounds like a comic book question.
Man, I do. I love the art for Blue Marvel. I'm going to show it again. I've shown it before.
So we're all buying SGC from now on, right?
No.
Dang it. All right, just be me and Constantine.
I mean, look, I'm happy for people to buy SGC. And I'll buy SGC if it has the right card in it.
Yeah, I'm not just gonna buy slabs for the sake of it. We're gonna buy what we want.
Exactly. Let's see here.
I was gonna do a story, and I was gonna write market update. People that buy what they love are still buying what they love. I'll update you again at the end of next year.
Oh, you're perfect. That would be awesome if you did that.
This is exactly. I mean, it's true. Like, I talk to people that are still buying whatever they want all the time.
I don't know if this is going to show up as well as I thought it would. Can you see that by chance? No.
Nothing yet. No, it's just the background. Now we're on Adam. Yeah, now we can see it, and it's legible. Legible, it means we can read it. Yeah, I think so.
Yes. I want to give you a better view. That one's just not as good as I'd like. I really like his outfit, but let's see.
Who's this gentleman to the left of him that's wearing black or dark gray with the gold eyes, or to the right of him?
With the gold eye, that is the bad guy in the story.
He looks cool.
He's like, is it said here? Yeah, Anti-Man.
And who's the girl in the corner?
The girl is Miss Marvel.
That's Miss Marvel.
So, yeah, that's in her original type suit. So these heroes that you see here were trying to defeat Anti-Man. They couldn't. And when they couldn't, they had to call on the Blue Marvel to do it because he's actually, and that's what he's showing. He's more powerful than Iron Man and Miss Marvel and them combined. Okay. And then, so I actually got a better picture now. Figured out how to do it. So this is the second issue. And the second issue, his mask is ripped off. And when that happens, it's revealed that he's a person of color. And the officials, and that's who you're seeing some of those here don't like that. And so they told him to go into hiding. So he goes into hiding until Anti-Man shows up like 40, 50 years later. And then
Oh,
Blue
wow.
Marvel shows up again. Let me grab those issues real quick.
Dude, his cape looks awesome in that artwork.
I think so.
Yeah.
The artwork changes a little bit.
This is from
Let's see.
08?
Yeah. So it was in that kind of dead period. I don't know what the right term is.
Well, I mean, I wasn't around, so I don't know, but I think a lot of people might not have been kind of around, not in the way that they are right now, you know?
Right. And can I zoom in this? Yes. This is issue number 3 that I'm about to show you.
Dude, Derpa, that's awesome. He picked up a bunch of Ultimate Spider-Man comics for 25 cents a book.
Good job.
Hopefully you're enjoying them.
So the third issue, you get a different kind of cover here. Doesn't
Completely
follow the
different,
same style. And then issue number 5. Let's get to that. Because it's a 5-part issue. And wait, no, issue number 4. Yeah, sorry, issue number 4. Show you that one. Is him fighting Namor. So just a little different style. And
I
then
think DJPYBK is telling us that he was actually born after 2008. That is so weird for me to read, that someone's born after 2008. Wait, could that be true? It could. He would be 14?
Yeah, I mean, yes, people are born after
Yeah.
2008. I don't know if that's what you're really asking, but that's the question.
There was another friend of ours that told us he was 17, and that blew my mind too. I was like, no way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, sorry.
All right,
You were saying.
so this cover is pretty cool to me because at the top is Sentry. You have Gladiator, Iron Man, Miss Marvel. That's her arm going across. And I can't remember who's in the red arm here, but they're all coming. Like, it takes all of them to fight Blue Marvel. He's so powerful. That's kind of the idea behind it.
What is Blue Marvel's actual mask? Like, what is a close-up of his masked face? Does he have a spike on his head? No, that's what is that?
Yeah, I mean, that does in that scene, but this is so his first, like, this is his early years.
Right, but
yeah, see it right here? See that?
Okay, yes,
mask?
yes, okay.
And then he comes back in the Ultimates. See if I can find that for you. When he comes back in the Ultimate storyline.
Are you on My Comic Shop?
I was, yeah.
Cool.
I go to My Comic Shop all the time. I bought quite a few stuff from them.
Good, cool, yeah. No, I like it. And it's always good to go on their site if they got something on eBay because you get the discount.
You get the discount. No, that's good to say because I don't know that everybody knows that. All right, so then he ends up looking like this.
This is the iteration that I'm sort of more familiar with, just just seeing here and there. But like, I never actually knew much about the characters. That's very cool to learn.
And he has this kind of street clothes here too. You see that one? Can you see it? Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
no, it's just hilarious. Our friend from 2008, Ryan said, "Remember to pay your taxes, kids." And then DJ says, "What's taxes?" And I love it. Hilarious.
And he says, like, Reed Rich or Smart. That is so true. That's why he was believed to be on WandaVision, because it was said that someone who understood, like, who was very intelligent, theoretical physics here, was going to show up in the show. And they thought, like, well, that has to be Adam Brazier, Blue Marvel.
But did you pull up the Ultimate Blue Marvel artwork, the one that he was talking about?
Well, I don't know that I did. That is what I showed you of him in space is from the Ultimate line.
Oh, okay.
But so what specifically was he? Is this something new that he was referring to?
Yeah, he just said, "Have you seen the Ultimate Blue Marvel artwork? Insanely good." And then he says, "Comic Ultimate line." But if you pulled up some of the Ultimate line stuff, then we must have seen.
Well, no, Keith sent me the DM, so let's pull that up.
Okay, got the DMs.
I do appreciate you guys letting me talk about Blue Marvel.
Hey, man.
'Cause I do.
And stuff.
Yes, that is what. So it is similar, but I'm gonna show what he sent, so we can see. Keith, I'm gonna show our DMs. Hopefully, we don't show anything we're not supposed to. Can you see that?
Yep.
So that's what he's referring to. It's kind of the more of the street clothes look.
I like it. I like it.
Cool. Yeah, Adam first makes his appearance in 1962. And then, like I said, he goes into hiding to some degree. And then shows up later and fights Sentry. He one punches Sentry. So it's kind of what he's famous for. And if you know how powerful Sentry is, you know that's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Because he's like the Marvel Superman. Have there been any Marvel cards of this character? Yes. In Marvel Annual, there was some cards. Not any that are really valuable from what I can tell, but that does mean that there are likely printing plates of that card. I do have a sketch of Blue Marvel, but it's an AP.
Zach just asked here, what's the history of Spider-Man 2099? And the history of Spider-Man 2099 is something that I remember and forget. But correct me if I'm wrong, Miguel O'Hara.
Miguel O'Hara,
is
that's
his
right.
name.
And
what's his actual nationality? What is he referred to as?
Oh, that is a really good question. And is it Cuban?
Is it Cuban? Is it because that I would get wrong, right? But Miguel O'Hara. And then and then in terms of origin story, I don't know it, but in terms of first appearances, I know that. I don't know if that's kind of what you're asking.
Hold on, I'm gonna look up. He's Irish Mexican.
He's Irish Mexican?
Mm-hmm. According to Wikipedia.
Interesting. I never knew the Irish bit. Never knew that. That's very interesting. But I think he's a significant character, and it's a really cool. It's out of nowhere that he's coming into a movie. It's whoa, what the heck? That's awesome.
Hey,
but
I actually forgot that he's voiced by Oscar Isaac, the actor who plays Moon Knight.
Oh, nice.
But his synopsis, let's see here. If I can find that. He was born in New York City, futuristically called Nueva York, Nueva. Many years after the end of what his people call the history of the heroic age, in which modern day era of Marvel heroes, he grows up with his mother, younger brother. Let's get to the part where he gets his powers, because that's what I'm trying to remember. It's origin story.
Yeah.
He becomes the head of a genetics program called Alchemax, intended to create a new corporation-controlled superpower soldier called Corporate Raiders. Miguel is specifically inspired by the surviving records concerning Spider-Man and hopes to one day create a similarly powered person. But after a human test subject dies during an experiment, Miguel tells Tyler Stone, who I think becomes the bad guy, he wishes to resign from Alchemax and discontinue genetic research rather than let Miguel leave. Tyler Stone tricks him into taking Rapture, which is an addictive drug that genetically bonds to the user. Tyler reminds Miguel that only Alchemax is allowed to legally distribute the drug. So if O'Hare does not remain with the corporation, then Tyler must assume he's getting the drug from the black market and will be forced to tell the police. Not wishing to be blackmailed, Miguel recalls that he has entered his own genetic code into his machine databanks during the initial experiments. Using it as a human DNA test sample, he intends to use the older template of his pure genetic code to write over his current biology. I'm getting lost. And free himself from Rapture. Miguel sneaks into Alchemax and uses the gene altering machine on himself. And then the machine rewrites his DNA. And I'm guessing at that point, that's when he becomes 50% DNA of a spider.
and there you go. There you have it.
I was like, when's it going to get there? There finally did.
Eddie Rodriguez says, what is your, I'm going to go first, you go second, because my answer is ready. Eddie Rodriguez says, what is your most favorite version of Spider-Man? Symbiote Spider-Man, Black Suit Spider-Man, the goopy stuff. And your most undesirable Spider-Man, the pig.
Any variation of it?
Of the symbiote Spider-Man?
No, the pig.
Oh, the question.
Peter,
Yeah, the pig. I don't like the ham one, but no, that doesn't mean that I can't see artwork and be like, that's cool. He's
okay.
asking like which character. No, yeah, because there's some little spider hams I've seen where I've been like, that was cool artwork, But
Yeah.
that's just me saying that's cool artwork of a character that I don't like. That's what I mean. But I can appreciate cool artwork still. But those are my answers.
Probably like the art that means the most to me in terms of nostalgia is probably the animated art.
Oh
Spider-Man.
yeah.
My favorite is probably Todd McFarlane red and blue suit Spider-Man.
Oh, you're getting detail. Oh, you're saying which artist representing them. Okay, I see.
I think that's well.
No,
I mean,
he's just yeah.
Well, because if I just say Peter Parker Spider-Man, that's
That's an
not very
answer.
specific.
Yeah, because even my symbiote one is Peter Parker, but I went symbiote, so you would be,
Yeah.
yeah.
So hands down, without question, it's not even close. Peter Parker Spider-Man in the red and blue suit.
Ramita style.
Ramita, love it. The animated series does follow a little more of the Ramita style as well, a little bit bulkier, not thin dweeb, a little bit more like that.
Yeah.
Most undesirable Spider-Man? Is there an undesirable Spider-Man?
It's a tough question. Yeah, tough question.
That's a tough question to ask. Spidey hits.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Probably some of the like futuristic type suits that get away from any resemblance of the classic suit outside the eyes.
Makes
Probably
sense.
And at the same time, I recognize there are some cool futuristic suits.
Ryan has a comment that I'm going to get to, but right before that, Leto says, "Hey, I just found this channel and I can't believe I didn't find it sooner. I'm a huge spider card guy and I was wondering what the folks here use to chat together. Is there a go-to forum or subreddit?" So you can speak to that because there is a place that you've created for that. And also, welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a great evening.
Exactly. Leto. Cool name, by the way. Love it. Welcome. This is the Spidey His channel. We primarily only talk about Marvel cards, with my particular emphasis being on Spider-Man, but we're open to other stuff. This is the Marvel show where we talk Marvel collectibles with particular emphasis on Wizard magazines, Todd McFarlane era art and style stuff, and then Marvel cards and, whatever else tickles our fancy. Yeah, I just said tickle our fancy. I'm from Louisiana. Manu's from Northern California, so you get a nice little mix here. And so, but with that, places that we go to talk, Instagram is a big place. If you're doing private one-on-one messaging, that's probably the best place. But if you want a community conversation, we have the Spidey Hits Discord. There is some rules to that. And those rules are very simple. You got to love people, love Marvel cards, keep it marvelous. So it's not a place to beat each other up and, prove why you're right and others are wrong. That's what subreddit's for. So that's where you keep that kind of stuff. There are some Facebook groups, and you have the Marvel Cards Facebook group. You have Marvel Card Collectors Worldwide. And then if you're a Marvel Masterpiece collector specifically, there's a Marvel Masterpiece Collectors Worldwide group. And those are all cool. And maybe some of our friends can link those here. And if you Instagram me at Spidey Hits, I can get you the link to the Spidey Hits Discord.
Yeah.
There's actually one more Marvel card Discord that's really good. Is Swami, who hosts that one, and it's actually pretty cool too. So that was a lot. That's a good place to start.
That was great. That was excellent. And then this is going to be something that I think you're going to be able to answer as well, because we haven't. Ryan says, just jumping on, have you guys covered the Unbound Omega Red card? I believe that was yesterday's release, maybe day before. Sorry.
Well, let me pull it up. And I don't know, did you see it? Did you look at it?
I did see it. I did see it. And I saw that Valor, I believe, pulled a sketch.
He did. And, there's something that we wanted to do on the channel.
Did I ruin something?
No. Okay. I don't even know that you're aware of it.
Oh, okay.
But we called it Manu Unbound.
Oh, I remember that from yeah. I was supposed to like rate stuff or critique things.
Yeah, like what do you think about it? Let me pull it up first so people can see the
All
art.
right.
It's just taking me a second to get to
All
where
right,
I exactly want to be,
let me
but I will
let me
get there. And yeah, packs are
be-
sold out. Aware of that. Okay, here it is. Boom, 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 and can you see that, my friend?
Yes, I can see it.
Here's the art.
Yeah,
So, what did you think about it?
it's better than the Cyclops.
Better, like, is that because you like Omega Red, or like is the
No,
body
I
portion?
have zero connection to the character. I
Oh,
just
I can't
think
believe that. You know, I can't believe
no,
that because Jim Lee did X-Men and he
no,
created Omega Red in the early
I know,
X-Men run in the 90s.
I know. I just don't have an emotional connection with them.
Okay.
Um, I just think from a technical perspective, I just feel like it's better artwork than the Cyclops card. Um, Beyond that, it doesn't move me, and that's all I've got.
Okay. I like this one better. It's just a
Yeah,
better piece of art. Um,
yeah.
and I like Omega Red. I'm not a character collector of Omega Red. Sadly, I was at work when this released, and it also sold out in like 7 or 8 minutes.
Of
So,
course.
and someone who obviously loves me and cares about me and thinks of me sent me basically a free Omega Red Unbound card in EPAC, and you have to check that within a certain period of time. And I didn't check it in time, and so it went away. But whoever you were, I appreciate you anyways. And I don't know who it was because their EPAC name isn't their name. It's like a, you know,
Wait, they
pseudonym.
sent you a card and you didn't claim it in time, so you don't have it anymore?
No, it expired. Like all trades, they only stay open for a little while and then they go away. They expire.
Who's everyone happy birthday? Happy
Well,
birthday.
that's
Whose
what we got to
birthday?
get to that. So
Oh,
our friend, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
oh, it's Eddie. Eddie, happy birthday. What the
Oh,
heck?
Eddie, happy birthday. Okay.
Dude,
Oh,
nice.
here it is. He turns 34 in 1 hour. Congratulations.
Excellent, my friend. Excellent. Thank you for hanging out with us in the last moments of your 33rd year.
Actually, no, in the last moments of his 34th year.
Is that how that works? I'm always confused
So I
about that.
get on to my wife all the time about this because you start out zero day one.
Yeah, but when
You
you
live,
turn one, you completed your first year.
it's the first full year. So you're actually in your second year. So you're
I'm going to tell you
1 year
something really
plus,
crazy.
right? So
Yeah.
like right now he's about to turn 34, but when he turns 34, it means he's completed 34 years. He's in his 35th year.
And it's, for some odd reason, coincidentally, like everything
Yeah.
happens for a reason. The way I worded that question, or whatever I said, is what triggered what you said. And I
Yeah.
worded it that way because it was top of mind, because I was actually thinking about this yesterday, because I have a friend whose child is going to turn one. And I was like, that's interesting. He's been born, but we never called him one. We called him how many months? And now he's
Right.
one, which means he's completed 12 months, right? So I was already thinking about that. And then being Indian, surprise, that's something that we always have to talk to our, like, what is it, your elders, right? Because
Okay.
they're always, it's always, and it might be like this for other nationalities as well, I'm not sure, but it's always a confusion, right? Like some older Indian person, when I'm turning 30 whatever, will tell me I'm turning 30 something else, and the younger people, I was like, no, the older generation completely perceives it the way that you described it, where the younger
Yeah.
generation just thinks of it kind of on a basic level and says, no, I'm 34. You know,
Now, you've completed
it's funny.
34 years and you're in the 35th year of life.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, Eddie, happy birthday.
So you can imagine when my wife says, hey, I turned 38. I'm like, no, you're in your 39th year of life. And she then wants to murder me.
Yeah, you did that all wrong, Justin. All wrong. When she says I'm turning 30 anything, you say happy 25th birthday.
You just lie right to her in her face. I got
That's it.
it.
That's it.
I've got a lot to learn. It's a wonder I've been married as long as I have.
But that's cool, Eddie. Lots of love your way, my friend. Lots of love.
For sure. Studio, how do you say this? Studio Id?
Studio stud.
Study Lidio. Could you imagine this channel when we were 12? Even better when we have it in our 30s. I really appreciate you, Studio.
Yeah. that was just good feel good humor there.
Oh, I couldn't do it again if I tried.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah, dinosaurs around these parts. That's right.
Right. Yeah. Oh gosh.
So Justin believes in how a Korean thinks. I'm down for it.
There you go.
Let's do it. You're welcome, Eddie. We really appreciate you. Appreciate you hanging out.
Very
my wife is perpetually 29 years old. We just put a 2 on her birthday cake. Smart.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I love it, you, man. Spidey and Manu are like brothers from another mother. Yep. Love it.
I love it a lot. Thank you for that. Good vibes only. Good vibes.
Hey, I don't want to end the good vibes. I want them to keep going, but I actually think this is a good time for me to snap on out.
There you go.
I've actually had, I told my wife, I was like, I'm really tired, but I'm still going to do the show. But I've had the best time.
Man. Yeah, it was a really fun. This is a fun one.
So
great to have Neo on with us too.
Absolutely great. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I've been standing up the whole time. That's why you've seen me bouncing. But I'm standing up because I was tired. And I was like, if I sit down, my energy is not going to be what I want it to be. So I'm going to stand up. So I've stood up for 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Nice. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yep. Oh, wait, what was Grindstone said? Found this channel recently. Love going back and finding the old stuff and catching up. Hey, look, if you go to the beginning, what you're going to find is like me doing toy hunts at like Walmarts and Targets and stuff like that. It's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Go back and watch. Yep. And if you watch my very first video, I open it up with, hey, this is Spidey G09, and I hope you're having a marvelous day. Very first video.
Opened the first one?
Yep.
And it completely stuck. It wasn't the intro, but it's become the outro of everything.
Yep.
Beautiful.
I say it in the beginning.
Do you?
Yeah. So, hey, everybody, Spidey here. And as always, I hope you're having a marvelous day.
Oh, yeah. Oh. I always associate it. That's when I'm paying the most attention to it, when it's signing us out. Right. Especially when early on you used to put the pressure on me to finish it, and for some reason I'd forget it. Like I know it.
Have a Marvel DC day. Andrew was here. I didn't even know Andrew was here. First time he commented.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Hello. Thank you.
Going the extra mile. Absolutely. Jamie, thank you for hanging out with us tonight for the great questions. Always cool. Thank you, Grindstone. Swish Rips, what a great supporter of the channel. Really appreciate him. He actually has been going back and watching the old videos. It's cool stuff. If you go watch an old video, leave me a comment. Let me know and tell me what you liked.
Yeah.
Be cool. All right. Look, Manu, you know where you can find them. On Instagram, the 9.9 Newsstand. Be sure to check them out. Be sure to follow them on Instagram. If you're not, you're missing out. If you're not, trust me, you don't get the full Manu here. You got to get them on Instagram to get the full gamut, right?
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that.
You know where to find me here on the YouTube channel. I do have more videos I'm going to be posting here soon, so keep an eye out for those. Find me on Instagram. If you want a link to the Discord channel for the Spidey Hits Discord, let me know. I'll be sure to send it to you. Thank you for hanging out. But as always, I hope you have a marvelous day.